is a great day to be alive on this Wednesday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman hanging with you till 5 o'clock. My name is Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Packer owner, blind faith, blind opinions, biased opinions, you name it.
Keep them coming, because I heard there was a lot of Kyle Wallace being talked about on ESPN Wisconsin today. I love it. I love it. While I'm sleeping, y'all talking about me. While I'm eating breakfast, y'all talking about me. When I'm washing my ass, y'all talking about me. So I love it. I love it.
You have an inflated ego, my friend. Brad Nortman, who is humble and the opposite of Kyle Wallace. He's a longtime NFL punter. He should be the one with a bigger ego, but he is selfless and a great teammate, unlike Kyle Wallace. What's up, Brad Nortman?
I'm just here to offer my lowly, humble opinions. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all.
you're so lowly and humble when you talk about the Nortman estate and how much bigger it is than everyone listening's houses combined compared to yours.
Indeed, it is quite an estate.
And our guy, Alex Strofe, running the show. A great show this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Mr. Irrelevant from 12:30 to 1:30. And then producing our show, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We expect very little out of you today.
I'm
How
a
are
little bit
you?
more like Kyle than Brad, I would guess, huh?
Yeah. So,
Even Brad shook his head. That's how you know it's bad.
yeah, that's how you know it's bad when Brad's even on the side of you being like Kyle.
Should I be offended by this?
Absolutely.
No, good company, Kyle.
Yeah.
800-990-3776. We need your advice and your opinions on a predicament and what you do in certain situations in your life, in relationships. I won't go too into the details to spare Alex Strofe another conversation at home tonight, but our guy Alex Strofe, in the middle of the show yesterday, received a message from an ex-girlfriend about a card that was delivered for him for his birthday, asking, what should she do with it? Strofe, what did you reply?
You would like it verbatim?
I think that would do the audience the right by the audience to give them the true message.
All right, so the text I received said, what should I do with this? It was a picture of the envelope.
This is a DM on Instagram?
That is correct.
Okay.
And the last time you had spoke was when?
Oh, boy. A year ago?
Okay.
Last
Good
December.
context.
Wow.
Oh, she's trying to spin the block on you, huh?
I just responded, LMAO, you can open it. Doubt it's anything legit.
Oh.
LMAO was real rich. Just like.
Is that a bad choice?
Yeah.
What was so funny about it, Alex?
I mean, hearing from somebody I haven't heard from in a year about an envelope? That was 2 apartments ago, you know?
So I come into the office and, a little birdie told me there's sources around the office. So there's a note that got passed to me somehow.
Oh, wow.
Through Strofe's now girlfriend.
You're a well-connected man.
Well-connected, Strofe. I'm like the Adam Schefter of ESPN Wisconsin. I received a note that said, well, I've blocked all of my exes. Why does my boyfriend still have pictures of the girl he DM'd on his Instagram?
Oh, wow. Oh, on the gram? What's her name? I'm about to investigate, do some snooping around.
Does she have any of his
No,
pictures?
she blocks everybody that she's exes with.
Hold on. I think we're a little confused. Who are you asking about?
Well, I was initially asking about your ex, but now we're confirmed that Strofe's current girlfriend, it's all scrubbed. They're all erased.
Scrubbed.
Never happened.
Alex Strofe apparently should be doing some scrubbing as we speak.
Are you supposed to be a scrubber?
Well, that's the question, is I want to know 800-990-3776. When you break up with an ex, do you scrub them and erase them from the record, or do you keep their photos up? Do you demand that your spouse or partner does the same? Because there's some blurred lines going on right now. I know what camp I am in. I am in the if you and I are done. We are done. You are scrubbed. The photos are deleted. I will go through Facebook and untag every photo.
We got a lot of time.
I mean, it doesn't take that long. If there's a lot of pictures, it does. But, it's out of respect to the now current girlfriend, which has turned fiance, to let her know that there ain't nothing to worry about.
Wow.
Well, hold on. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
not a scrub.
This is real rich from the guy who got the DM spinning the block.
You think that was my fault?
I don't know.
I mean, you didn't do your due diligence in blocking. Clearly.
Do you block, Kyle?
That's fair.
To block or not to block? 800-990-3776.
So for when it comes to blocking, there's stages of, recovering out of a relationship, right? And for me, I think it takes.
What's your favorite stage?
My favorite stage is I'm a free man stage. That's the first thing.
Wow.
Men love that stage. Don't wow me, Brad. We've all broken up, and the first month is like heaven. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh man, these floozies ain't the same thing. And all of a sudden you say, I need my baby back, right? We've all been through that when we kind of thought about spinning the block back, and then they were already moved on. But anyways, don't want to get too personal. But overall,
you did it yourself.
You gotta move on from people. You definitely gotta move on. So initially, you gotta block people. You gotta get people out your life. You gotta get rid of them. But I think a great thing about maturity and acceptance is understanding life is a journey. Why am I going to take the time in my life to eliminate everything that has to do with my overall path and my overall journey? I can be past someone and still be not friends, but still have them on social media or whatever.
So,
it is, where there is
does your
there.
girlfriend right now have pictures with exes?
No, she doesn't. But neither do I.
But if she did, would you be cool with that?
So you scrubbed.
No, I personally scrub my page out of the rage and being upset and the breakup. You know what I'm saying? Bumps that girl. Let me get rid of all this stuff. All those memories that they had, gone. And so overall, I scrubbed the page, but then I got to a level of maturity and acceptance where I could just move on and it'd be okay, and I don't have to worry about how I feel.
800-990-3776. Jessica and Madison, you're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Your thoughts on the ex-girlfriend conversation?
Haven't you all ever had an amicable breakup? Like, do you hate all your exes? What about people you're friends with? I'm not going to scrub them.
No, just because you don't hate them doesn't mean I just don't want to be reminded of the past, because even if it's amicable, maybe they're not amicable.
Yeah, I've never had one.
I don't believe in amicable breakups.
Well,
hold on. What do you mean you don't believe in that?
Like, what are you still friends?
Red flag. Flag.
That's a red flag.
Why is it a red flag?
That means that you probably fly off the handles. Something goes terribly wrong where you're just like, you tear down the whole world.
I don't hate any of my exes.
So I don't hate them, but I will say of the last ex-girlfriend that I had, I ended it. And so because I ended it somewhat abruptly, I wasn't going to be like, I didn't want to have any, I just wanted to move on and be done with it because I made that decision and be like, all right, it's done, sorry, and not give any hope.
But I feel like the breakup stage will then define how painful it is past the breakup, right? If you do it in a gentleman's way, if you don't do it and go scorched earth, I don't see how you can walk away and at least not hate the person. Because
let's bring Jessica back in. Jessica, are you saying all of your breakups have been amicable, or have you had any blow-ups?
No, I think they've all been pretty amicable. I don't know. I kind of agree with the red flag if you're having to scrub every person that you used to date and now you don't anymore.
Are you single for all the single fellas out there?
No. I'm happily married.
Now, Jessica, you're happily married. That's fantastic. Now, for any of the relationships that you got out of and going into a new one, did any of the men that you talked to after have any issues when they went scrolling on your page, wanting to double tap? They double tap, and then they go down and say, who is this man?
No.
All right. That is some real trust within that relationship.
See,
good for them.
I might not be the best person to ask.
Yeah, you've been married for 18 years.
Yeah.
Petey Pablo says, Ben's right. Turn the page means turn the page. Stop looking back, yo. What are you looking back for? Move forward. Why is Kyle trying to appreciate the time that he had with his exes?
It's a
Sounds
petty,
like he's not thinking about his baby girl.
It feels like a petty
we ain't
move.
gonna do that.
It feels like a petty move to be like, I am erasing you from my universe.
It is petty.
I tend to agree.
It's like
I'm petty.
Immature and petty.
Boys, am I petty?
I mean,
but yes, but I'd go more immature than petty.
See, it's like
I think
it feels
it's
like
hard
overcompensation.
Right. I think it's hard to just erase history, right? Like, regardless of if you end up with that person long term, they are still a part of your history.
Thank you. They are.
They are. But why? Doesn't mean I need pictures to highlight that history.
You can have pictures.
I have a brain. I have a memory. I know what happened during that time frame.
You can have memories and pictures, but you don't need to go back and reflect on them.
I think I'm more of a partial scrubber.
Clearly,
yeah, I think you scrub.
Clearly, you're the partial scrubber. You left an avenue to get a message.
If there's something that's like overtly romantic,
Can message anybody on that app.
Not if you block them.
It's true.
Your girlfriend has them all blocked. Block her! Do it now!
Brad is trying to say, Brad, what you as the
I'm trying to have a reasonable take.
There's
nothing reasonable about breakups.
I think if there's something overtly romantic, I think you scrub that, right? You scrub that.
Agreed.
But every single picture, if anything, here's how you frame it. You say, you know what? If I ever come back and look at those pictures, I'm reminded how happy I am right now. I'm reminded of how much happier I am right now.
Yeah, you've been married a long time. I ain't going back to look at no pictures. I'm looking forward. Only pictures I'm looking at is my 2024 pictures. Matter of fact, me and baby girl at my
He's
Google
not even looking at 2023.
Nope,
2024.
2024. They Google gives you a nice review of all your pictures, and I watched it right there with her. We went through 2024, seeing all
3
the great
weeks from
photos
today,
we made.
guess what he's not looking at anymore?
2024.
Nope.
What about Snapchat memories? I don't know if everyone listening has Snapchat, but
Oh yeah.
Do you hold it and remove Snap so it never comes back up again?
Didn't know you could do that until right now. That's good to know.
I don't know what that is.
Really good to know, Strofer.
Good to know.
Last thing you want is be like, hey, look what happened last year, and then you keep going. It's like, oh wow, that was 3 years ago.
Oh wow,
That's not you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you've been through that. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a lesson for Strofe. Strofe, make sure you take care of business. And also, Strofe, something I was told a long time ago is you never, ever laugh at these garden tools, okay? You never LMAO. You never LOL. You never ha-ha. You don't do none of that to these past garden tools. I'm telling you that right now. That will get you in trouble.
Why do we got to call them garden?
Yeah, put some respect. They're human beings.
I didn't want to call them that, but it's another word that I was told a long time ago. You don't ha-ha these.
Did she ever say anything back to your LMAO comment?
Yeah, she let me know what it was, and I said, you can toss it, thanks. And that was the exchange.
And then you block her.
I did not.
Why not?
It just seems unnecessary.
Were you told to block her? Were you asked to block her?
I was not, no.
Do
you think she'd be happy if you blocked her?
I don't think it makes a difference.
If Strofe blocked her, it means that there's still some feelings there. The fact that
So what does it say about Strofe? What does it say about
Strofe?
Strove's girlfriend who is doing all the blocking?
It seems like I'm running from something. I mean, I feel like I should be the only one to comment on this. Petty princess.
Me?
Oh.
Well, you and her, yeah. Both of you.
That means
Yeah, we're not so different, her and I.
Petty princesses.
I agree. Having to block somebody like that, I'm with you, Brad. You got to be more mature than that. Don't block her. I think you can move past it. And again, this is somebody from your past, and they're in the past. They'll should stay in the past.
Ron and the Key, you're up to help Alex Strofe here. I don't think he needs help, but you are coming to his defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, there's no defense. It's exactly that. The reality is he never thought about it enough to have to go back and delete. If she did, great, but he didn't give it a second thought, so he never went back to it. Now, clearly, in my day, thankfully, there are no video evidences. You guys live in a horrible time.
Yes.
But in our day, you throw away actual physical pictures.
All right, I got to hang up on you because it's like your first time on the radio. You've been calling in for 30 years, and you got your radio up so I can hear an echo, Ron. What's going on here? Come on, get it together.
I feel like the throwing out of physical pictures would be more it'd be more cleansing than deleting posts.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though, like the boomers of the world who take the picture and say, I'm done with you, and you throw it in the fire, you rip it up, you throw it in the trash. That's more symbolic than just deleting a post.
JB in the V chimes in, it's disrespectful to your new relationship to force your partner to look at you and your old mistakes, but you can grow from those mistakes. You scrub when you get in a serious relationship.
Is this what conversations of people have if you're
yeah.
Social media, Brad, you got married before social media really took off.
Steve Jobs made the iPhone to ruin relationships.
Oh, my. I couldn't imagine the first couple months you're like, do we scrub? Do we not scrub? This is complicated.
What year did you get married?
Married in 2014, dating Lexi since, 15 years.
I think Instagram might have came out 2010. So I mean,
my senior year of college, you were already gone.
Yeah.
You were dating her. She was already driving. You were getting dropped off by her in Carolina, and she was walking around Carolina because you didn't get her car.
That's true.
That's when social media really started.
The only social media that existed when Lex and I started dating was Facebook,
and they didn't have Snapchat either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's
no Twitter.
Snapchat back in the day to get you in trouble.
A lot of trouble. Top 3 best friends. Everyone in college knew who was with who based off. Can you believe that they would show the top 3 best friends publicly?
I kind of wish they still did that.
Wait, how does
It'd be fun now, right?
It'd still be fun.
I never had Snapchat. How did that work?
Oh, jeez.
Whoever you snap most with, Snapchat would tell everybody who your best friends is. So they knew.
Wow.
So they knew who you was snapping.
Lexi ain't number 1. Who's Stephanie ahead of Lexi on Brad Nortman's Snapchat?
Right. Yeah.
Ooh, boy, you brought back some memories.
Right? I don't know that person. Come on, that's my cousin. I swear.
Maybe I'm the problem. I'm glad you were being honest. You had the conversation with her.
Now, how did you start the conversation?
I was literally just giving a lifeline to Alex Stroh for saying, I'm ready to move on, and now you're bringing him back into the horrors of the conversation of last night.
He gets credit because he was honest. He talked to her about it, and he moved on.
So
mature.
Let's open up the curtain a little bit. So yesterday about 4:30, the show's still going on.
Yeah.
My face turned very red.
A little bit.
You guys are like, what's going on? I go, I just got a text message I never thought I'd get, right? Thought I'd never hear from her again. So went home that night, said, hey, baby, got to talk to you.
Ooh, I got to talk to you?
I don't think that's actually said.
I hope you didn't go. That's really serious.
I have something to tell you, right? She goes, oh, boy, what? I go, well, got a text today. Not what I expected. And then I let her read it. And then she goes, LMAO. What's so funny?
And then she probably said, don't be laughing at these ugly women.
Okay, we're going to break before Kyle actually says the garden tool name. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm about being young, wild, and free.
No, you're not.
You're
not young, wild, and free.
Yeah, I am young.
You're not that.
I am
Every time I ask
wild.
you to do something, I check with a girlfriend.
Wait, why are you taking shit? Why you going personal? Why you going to talk about business? I can still be free with a lady.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota.
Iota. Yeah. That's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Men's Health. I know that a guy's confidence comes from many sources. For our clients, the way they look is a big driver. When you have the muscle mass and the muscle tone, it changes the way you carry yourself. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients have increased muscle mass and muscle tone through testosterone and peptide therapy? Their confidence is back and everyone can see it. If you want to recapture the way you look and felt years ago, join the over 25,000 clients and start today. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th.
The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game.
Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
Curbside pickup available and the lowest prices for over 30 years only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right. Now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, Please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack Essential Everyday Purified Water, 2 for $6. 9.6 to 16.1 ounce selective varieties, Kellogg's cereal, 2 for $7. 11 to 12 ounce or 10 count selective varieties, Starbucks coffee, $7.99. Gallon selective varieties, Prairie Farms white or chocolate milk, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
With free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
There's no better place to shop for the sports fan in your life than Brewtown Trading Co. Milwaukee. Not only do they have the largest selection of sports cards in the Midwest, they have the best prices too. Framed jerseys for the man cave? Check. Sealed hobby and blaster boxes of the hottest releases? Check. One-of-a-kind items you won't find anywhere else? Triple check. Open 7 days a week at 4285 South 76th Street and 24 hours a day at BrewtownTrading.com. Make this holiday extra special for the sports fan in your life today at Brewtown Trading Co.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ever responding to DMs again. Right, Trophy? Ding, 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 ding. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. And if you are a fan of our station,
I feel like I'm getting tough love today.
there's learning lessons in everything.
Yeah, that's what I've gathered.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, move on.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, we have a poll up, and I'm fascinated to see the results here. Who is the bigger Packer homer on ESPN Wisconsin? Kyle Wallace or Mark Tauscher?
Oh, wow.
Right now, early in the voting, Mark Tauscher, 82% to Kyle Wallace's 18%. Is Old T a bigger biased Packer fan than Kyle Wallace? Because I think that Tauscher does a great job of seeing the positive in things, but providing some facts as to why it may be a positive thing. Kyle will be positive and circle the wagons. It may not make sense to me, but in his head it makes sense, and he thinks the Packers are the greatest thing.
Well, when I think of Tausch, I think of the Packers being in his DNA, right? I mean, he grew up in Wisconsin. He played for the Packers, has a Super Bowl ring that has the Packer logo on it. So it is in Tausch's DNA. And not only is he a Packer homer, he's a steady Packer homer, right? Very steady. With all due respect, Kyle, I mean,
he ain't very steady.
There's a little bit of roller coaster action going on with you. A little, I don't want to use the term flip-flopping, but I'm not sure I hear Mark Tauscher calling Jordan Love selfish or calling out Christian Watson.
Those were your words. You can't say,
stop.
All right. Let's reset here. This morning, Alex Strofe was on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings on 94.5 ESPN. And Chewy likes to call the fans of the Packer fans that are just the utmost, they can't do anything wrong, toads. And so Kyle's name was brought up. So was Strofe a little bit. And so was Mark Tauscher. We'll hear from Chewy on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The solids are Strode, Kyle, and Tausch. How would you rank them?
I would go Strode, Kyle, Tausch.
See, I would go Kyle, Strode.
Okay.
Tausch.
I think either one's right. I think we're cutting a fine line, and I think it sort of depends on the day for them.
I'm glad we brought Tausch into this. I don't think Strofe, you at least will pick the Packers to lose in our weekly predictions. Kyle Wallace and Mark Tauscher have never put an L next to the Packers logo on a weekend prediction or day of prediction of what the game will be.
I don't see very many L's on the schedule. I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do?
Well, they're not going to go 17-0 every year.
Well, I don't know which game they're going to lose. I have no idea, so I'm not going to just
This
predict them to
is
lose.
exactly my point. Is you're the biggest Packer fan, and somehow in your head they'll never lose, but they also lose.
The one time I picked them to lose was last year against the Kansas City Chiefs, and what did they do?
They won.
Okay, so fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. All right, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Did you pick them against the San Francisco 49ers
in the playoffs? I did. I ended up picking the Green Bay Packers.
After he had 4 straight days of saying the Packers weren't going to beat the 49ers.
I laid out the concerns that I had going into this game and the opponent that we had. Because falsely, both of you tried to say, I don't give you facts. I give you it real. I give you facts. I'm the one who loves you with tough love. I love me some Jordan Love, and y'all know that. But with that love also comes sometimes you got to let somebody know about themselves. And that's exactly what I did when it came to Jordan Love and him sitting out of practice earlier this year. Let bygones be bygones, and we can get the heck on, and we good now. When it came to Christian Watson, he had a history, right? And I just talked about the history that we all knew. And right now, me and Mr. Watson are on very good terms. And his daddy. And his brother.
Brad, where's your vote? I know where my vote is.
And his daddy.
My vote's Tausch. I mean, he has just been consistently Packer DNA guy through and through. There's been no wavering, no ups and downs, steady hand, and that's what I think. When I think of
he got
the
paid,
Packer,
Brad.
Well, that certainly helps. That actually helps his case. So he helps that he is financially backed by the Green Bay Packers.
Exactly.
Do you want to be the number one homer?
That's cheating. That's absolutely cheating.
Do you want to be the number one Packer homer of the station?
I would say, based off me understanding the station and the teammates that I have, the wonderful teammates, there is no bigger Packer fan than me on the stations. We all know that.
Actually, I think
we all know that.
I think it's like a crown of sorts. That's why I think it's a good thing for Tausch.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
he's loyal to the Packers.
Being the biggest fan and being the biggest blind fan are two different things. And I put you more the blind fan. Like Strofe, do you believe that you're a bigger Packer fan than Kyle?
Yes.
Not true.
Okay, that's great. My point here is he can actually talk about the Packers in a way that has facts and maybe pick at them a little bit. And you can only see them in a positive light no matter what, even if they've lost to the 4 best teams in the NFC. And you still are talking about how you are already looking ahead of the next 4 games and thinking about Detroit in the NFC divisional round.
Yeah, absolutely, because I know what this team's going to do. They're going to make the playoffs. I understand they're not going to win the division. I know they're probably not going to get the 5 seed. So when I look at it, we are probably going to get the 6 or 7 seed. And with that 6 or 7 seed, I know exactly what's in the future if we win that game. Now, somebody could surprise if a 7 seed goes into Philadelphia and wins, then surprise, surprise, but I know in our future, more than likely, the Detroit Lions are going to be in the Green Bay Packers' future. And I can just sit up here and let you know why I'm confident in the Green Bay Packers if they have to go to Detroit and play a game again. That's all that is. I just show you the confidence that I have in this football team, which makes me a big Packer fan, but also I'll give you a lot of facts to back it up, too.
Right now, Mark Tauscher is leading the way as the biggest Packer homer on the station at 76%. Kyle Wallace behind at 24.
Is it a compliment to be a Packer homer?
I think it's not a compliment. I think it is
a perspective.
It is if I am a Packer homer, more people are going to like me.
No, not even that. I'm a loyalist. That's all I am. I'm a loyalist. I'm loyal to the Green Bay Packers, but also I see how great they are. Unlike you two, I've never wavered on my pride in the Green Bay Packers. Unlike Brad, you got paid to be a Panthers fan and a Jags fan.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never been paid to do anything.
What's one thing critical about the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, I could talk about the defense. The defense is not what we need it to be right now. We obviously have a poor pass rush for the Green Bay Packers. The linebacking core, Quay Walker, how much I want him to be successful. It doesn't look like he's ever going to be able to make it happen inside for the Green Bay Packers. And then on top of that, Goody didn't do a great job of drafting this year and finding some type of depth at the cornerback position because we have Carrington Valentine, but Eric Stokes ain't it.
You know, it's funny because I remember last year Kyle was like, I'm excited. I mean, we got Jair and we can roll out Valentine and Valentine and be great. What happened to that?
Valentine is hurt right now, but the Valentine and Valentine law firm they had was locking folks up a little bit last year.
Locking folks up last year.
And Carrington
This is my point. He's talking about Carrington Valentine and Corey Valentine as if they're Darius Slay and Revis Island. That's how you portray these guys.
They stepped up last year and they
What does stepping up mean? You just say stuff sometimes.
No, they stepped up last year.
Brad, you stepped up. Good job.
No, it wasn't a glaring hole. When we look at the end of last year, it wasn't a glaring hole where we were missing Jair Alexander in those football games. A glaring hole is the fact. A glaring hole is the fact that you have multiple games where you get rushed off for 20 yards.
Then you can't be like, all right, Jair played. He got a pick against the Cowboys.
He makes you better. Yes, I can. He elevates you. It's one thing to hold the fort down. It's another thing to be able to match somebody's play. I can't expect an undrafted guy and a 7th round guy to match somebody's play. play. Now, Eric Stokes is a whole nother question, a whole nother thing, because he was a first-round pick, and he should be able to match it, but he's just not good enough to do it.
Well, maybe Kyle's onto something as the Packer homer of our show. He's not the Packer homer of ESPN Wisconsin, because Amon-Ra St. Brown, the number one wide receiver for the Detroit Lions, said who he would rather play in the playoffs if they had to play one of the Vikings or the Packers a third time in the playoffs. On the other side, we reveal what Amon-Ra St. Brown said on his podcast of who he'd want to play in the playoffs, the Vikings or the Packers. Your answer may surprise you.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach.
Yes, he saw it as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
It's the holiday season, a special time to celebrate with family, friends, and coworkers. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Let us help you with your holiday celebration. Whether you're having a small family gathering, a bigger bash with friends and relatives, or a company party, we've got everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is your one-stop gift shop with over 100 varieties of liquor, beer, and wine gift sets for everyone on your list. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount Liquor.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. It is the holiday season, which is a time for family, friends, and staying cozy inside. But if your home is drafty, it's hard to stay comfortable. And with all the gift giving happening this time of year, why don't you give yourself the gift of lower energy bills with new windows from Universal Windows Direct? For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. Go to UWD.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Wins, wins, and more wins are waiting to be uncovered at Potawatomi. Get ready to find yours in a winter stash of $300,000 in prizes this December. Play with your rewards card for entries, drawings on 3 thrilling Thursdays. Some seriously big wins are waiting for you. Winter Stash at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It's the holiday season, my favorite time of year. Festive decorations, family gatherings, using our gift boxes. Honestly, I'm happier to see a Using Our Gift Box at my door than Santa. The Using Our Gift Box doesn't require cooking, just eating. And who's not up for that during the holidays? Make someone's day by sending them the tastiest gift in town. A box filled with Using Our's delicious sausage, cheese, and assorted goodies. Order yours today. It's easy. Just go to usingar.com and click on gifts.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak features pepper jack cheese, sauteed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle cheesesteak with a delicious mint shake and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver 1 for the Detroit Lions, has a podcast with his brothers. Jaden Reed had joined that podcast and said that he was going to have a game when they met in Detroit. Fortunately, he had 0 catches. But when asked on his podcast who he'd rather face in the playoffs, the Vikings or the Packers, here's what Amon-Ra had to say.
Who would you rather play in playoffs, Packers or Vikings?
Well, we haven't played the Vikings the second time yet. But I would probably say the Vikings. I mean, they're both. Bro, playing a division team in the playoffs it gets nutty. You don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen, but
okay.
That was Amon-Ra.
Well, what you looky here. Didn't we just have a conversation just like this a couple days ago? Matter of fact, we just mentioned this a couple moments ago. But I recall saying, I'm not afraid of the Detroit Lions and we have to play them again. And I specifically asked you two, Ben and Brad, or I pointed at the wrong ones, but I specifically
Ding and dong.
But I specifically asked you two, if you were the Detroit Lions, would you rather face the 11-2 Minnesota Vikings or the Green Bay Packers? And y'all said, I said no. Nobody wants to have to face Jordan Love in the playoffs. And fast forward to today. We have one of the best receivers in the NFL, one of the great receiving threats for the Detroit Lions, going on his podcast and was asked the exact same question. And he had to hesitate to think about it freshly after beating the Green Bay Packers for the second time in the season. When they had minus,
you must not have watched the 5-touchdown performance from Sam Darnold, what Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison were doing.
In the first game against the Vikings, remember, the Lions had to scratch and claw to get back into that game to win it at the last second. So that just shows you the threat that the Green Bay Packers are, is that people are afraid of the fact that at any given moment, the Green Bay Packers can score with anybody. And they understand the threat that Jordan Love is with his arm, but then also if the Green Bay Packers can get the running game going, they can control the clock as well. And it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row, and that is the exact reason why, and there's other things as well, why I think the Green Bay Packers wouldn't be afraid to take on the Detroit Lions. And you already got Amon-Ra St. Brown shaking in his boots.
Listen, Kyle. When you hear Amon-Ra, I've been in this situation too. Not necessarily as pointed of an answer, but I was an NFL player once too. And when I get asked a question that I don't really want to answer because there's really no right answer, you try to think.
This is a podcast. This isn't an interview.
Yeah, but he knows it's going to get distributed. He knows that the Packers and the Vikings and the NFL world is going to grab it, just like we are.
Come on, answer, Brad.
So he's saying, how can I answer this with as little collateral damage as possible? That's why it goes pause, hedge, quick answer, another hedge. He paused for like 15 seconds and
that's
said,
one way to look at it.
You know, we haven't played the Vikings yet, so I don't know. I'll say the Packers, but they're both so good. It's so hard to know in the playoffs. This is a classic answer. I mean, that's about 15 seconds of pause. That's an answer that lacks conviction to me. Amon-Ra, he's basically thinking, which team should I say so that I can cause the least amount of chaos in my world?
See, Brad, you're forgetting last year they were talking about how those Packers corners like to talk a lot of trash in those games.
Oh, that's right. Who are these guys?
They talk about those boys can get hot as well. I'm telling you this right now. The Green Bay Packers have not reached their ceiling yet. They haven't reached how great they're going to be, but a lot of teams know, and the Detroit Lions know the best because they played them now 4 times in the last 2 seasons. They know how good the Green Bay Packers can be. And when you look at whether or not you want to take on Sam Darnold and the offense that they have, and they have 2 great wide receivers and a great tight end and a very good running back in Aaron Jones, but at the end of the day, the guy throwing the football isn't as scary as Jordan Love. And that's what it comes down to. So you can say, pause. If he was a real G, you know what he would have said? He would say, listen, We beat both these teams already. They're tough opponents, and regardless of what happens, we'll be ready for them. So I'll take either team in the playoff because we want to play the best teams in order to win the championship. So I'll take them both. That's the real answer. The answer that he gave was the answer that was being honest with the fact that he'd rather play the Vikings than the Packers because he knows they have more of a chance to lose to the Packers in the playoffs.
This conversation is still so wrong when we talk about the Green Bay Packers. We're talking about Amon-Ra and who we would rather play, the Vikings or the Packers. What the Packers need to worry about right now is everything in between actually having a shot at playing the Detroit Lions. And that's my problem with this conversation. We're having a back and forth of who Amon-Ra would rather play. Meanwhile, as we talk about this team, you talked about some issues last segment that need to be addressed. Doesn't matter if he would rather play the Vikings or the Packers. The Packers have Mark Tauscher, John Anderson, Brad, myself, Kyle, who showed me he doesn't believe they can win a Super Bowl, telling all of us the deficiencies that they have and what they need to see the last 4 games. Strofe talked about it this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. What do you need to see the next 4 weeks for you to believe this team's actually good enough to win a Super Bowl? And it's a really tough question. You know why? Because the cards are dealt. And right now, you're not going to, no one's going to insert Reggie White. No one's going to insert Charles Woodson next to Xavier McKinney. You can't make Jair have a magic potion, be healthy 24/7. So everything that is about the conversation is moot until we see if the Packers can do something these last 4 games to actually give you confidence they can win multiple games on the road in the playoffs. That's my stance.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, you can have the stance that you want, and obviously with the Green Bay Packers, we do need to focus on ourselves. But Amon-Ra St. Brown just let you know that the big bad bullies on the block, the guys that said we need to go for it, Coach Dan Campbell, we need to go for it because we got to end this game here. The guy that wore Green Bay sucks, even though he spelled Green Bay wrong on the sweatshirt that he wore.
Did he really?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they made Green Bay into one word it was.
Yeah, he didn't spell it wrong, but Green Bay was one word.
Oh,
and it
my
should have been
gosh,
2.
that's embarrassing.
It is. And so that guy is thinking about the Green Bay Packers as a potential threat. And so this is why Packers fans, we don't need to rejoice for this because who cares what people have to say, but this should give you confidence in knowing that this football team has the capabilities, has the talent to potentially be a Super Bowl contending football team. They are not the best football team in the NFC, and we understand that. But all it takes is for a team to be playing their best football at the right time to make a run to a Super Bowl title. And thankfully, as a Green Bay Packers fan, our team is one of the very few teams that have a legitimate shot to get hot and win the title.
That's what makes this team so frustrating, though, is because they do have that talent. They do have that quarterback, seemingly have the weapons, but yet they still can't put it together on a consistent basis to go, wild card, divisional, conference, Super Bowl, all on the road to be able to go ahead and win at least face the Lions. So I think that's what's frustrating. Maybe they have the highest ceiling, but it seems like they have the lowest floor as well.
That is an interesting combo to have, but I feel like they've been trending on the line of just somewhere smack dab in the middle and not wavering towards either end of the floor or the ceiling. They show bursts of floor, they show bursts of ceiling, and you're like, what are they? Show me what you are these next 4 games, please. Either way, they're going to have that underdog mentality if they're going to be in the wild card.
They're definitely going to have the underdog championship winning mentality, and you can have that mentality as well while playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. I want you to come play daily fantasy on Underdog because this is the place to play if you are a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. With over 5 million happy players winning $2 billion, Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes' performances, and you can make a play with as little as $1 or you can go big, and it's easy to do. Here's how it works. You select multiple players from different teams. You select higher or lower on those player stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Yes, 1,000 times your money, and right now, Underdog Fantasy has a 25% profit boost. So if you feel like Stephen Curry is going to have higher than 25.5 points, or Trae Young is going to have higher than 21.5 points, or Jalen Brunson is going to have lower than 26.5 points, you can select those and win up to 1,000 times your money on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. So make sure you go into your iPhone or your Android phone and you download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app and you sign up using promo code KBN. That is promo code KBN, and And Underdog Fantasy will give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Yes, up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly when you use promo code KBN. Must be 18 plus in present state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit mcpgambling.org.
Billy Kegler, a founder of the 608 basketball tournament, is going to join us next. But I want to know, who is the best high school basketball player you have ever seen? 800-990-3776. They didn't need to pan out in the NBA because there are some stories where, the old heads are saying, you should have seen this guy. Like Wilt Chamberlain. I don't even think he's real. It's a story for another day. 800-990-3776. Who is the best high school basketball player you have ever seen?
Can you make the story in 15 seconds? Wilt Chamberlain, I don't even think he's real.
The footage is doctrined, and it's fake. He didn't score 100 points.
That's your take?
Billy Kegler next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be.
Kringle
I think his legs.
Yeah. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put two and two I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Last week's disappointing loss to the Lions in Detroit left a sour taste in the mouth of the Packers and their fans. But after 3 days off, Jordan Love and the Green and Gold ready to get back to work as they take on the Seahawks in a huge game on Sunday night.
We're trying to finish on the right note and win out these last couple games and handle business, taking one game at a time, and obviously we'll see what happens postseason time.
Kickoff happens Sunday night in Seattle at 7:20. Catch pregame coverage right here on 94.5 ESPN with Green Bay Game Day starting at 4 o'clock.
This has been your Green and Gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack Essential Everyday Purified Water, 2 for $6. 9.6 to 16.1 ounce selective varieties, Kellogg's cereal, 2 for $7. 11 to 12 ounce or 10 count selective varieties, Starbucks coffee, $7.99. Gallon selective varieties, Prairie Farms white or chocolate milk, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Daniel Hollab is with me. OAW offers a robotic partial knee replacement. What is that, and who would be a candidate?
We see a lot of the weekend warrior, maybe people that have played sports their whole life or had a knee injury somewhere along the line that now has led to a very isolated patch of arthritis in a portion of their knee, which traditionally may have been treated with a full knee replacement. Nowadays, we have very accurate computer-assisted robotic technology that allows us to target that small patch of arthritis and do a very limited replacement. This procedure tends to be minimally invasive. It's an outpatient procedure. It tends to need a little bit less of a recovery period, and it leaves you with most of your own knee. Just we've replaced the arthritic portions of your knee. You're able to lead a more active lifestyle after this type of a procedure.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
The big guy needs your help this holiday season, and he's recruiting the Corners of Brookfield for help because the perfect gift is right around the corners. Head to the Corners for all your gifting needs and find something for anyone thanks to their 30-plus restaurants and retailers. Or just wrap up a Corners gift card to create a great, well-rounded gift. Looking for something only Santa can deliver? Drop off letters in a special North Pole mailbox in the Market Square through December 22nd. Make your shopping list and check it twice. Visit thecornersofbrookfield.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. We make up the KBN, the Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Across ESPN Wisconsin, 800-990-3776. Trophy running the show. And we're excited now to be joined by Billy Kegler. Billy, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. And you're the founder of the 608 basketball tournament. It's the 4th annual. Wisconsin Lutherans Con Knippel now playing at Duke. And Wisconsin Lutheran won it last year. Tell us about the inspiration and what excites you most about the 4th annual tournament coming up in Madison.
So the Madison Area Sports Commission came to me back in 2019 and wanted to run a high-level basketball event before the holidays. And with my past experience, I used to run a facility in Wisconsin Dells called Just a Game Fieldhouse. And then I was the men's basketball coach here at Madison College and utilized my resources to put that event into action and ask coaches, what do they like about going to events like this? What don't they like going to events like this? Don't ask Dan Hurley. He doesn't like multi-team events, which is totally fine. He can stay out of our event. And it came through as, what do we want to create an unforgettable fan and player experience? So it's more than just the games and on the court. We have a DJ in the gym. We have food, which we provide for the teams after the games. We have custom lanyards for everybody that's involved in the event. We do games throughout the course of timeouts and halftime to create engagement for everybody. And with this event this year being the 4th year, we're going a little bit bigger every year, doing a little bit more. So this year on Saturday, we're adding in free haircuts. So we have a salon here on campus. So our students from Madison College are going to be giving free haircuts. If you follow us on social media, you can go check out our reel. They gave me a haircut, and I got our custom 608 logo in the back of my head on Monday.
Love it.
So we're promoting that for the community.
Is this on YouTube right now for our audience? Can you turn around and show us what you got? All right, right now, we got the 608 on Billy's head on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. So looking fresh with the fresh cut as you join us to tell us about the 608 basketball tournament, Billy. Who's the best high school player you've ever seen?
It's Sam Oakey. Ben, have you ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah, Sam Oakey, Badger legend.
A Badger legend for a couple years. So Sam is from a small town in Cassville, Wisconsin. And I've told this story before, and I'll tell it again. I'm from a small town. My parents drove me 2 hours to see him play at UW-Platteville when I was little. And we get there, and the gym is sold out. You cannot get into UW-Platteville to see Sam because he was a draw. Before social media, it was just legend of how good this guy was. And so these 2 grandmas leave the JV game, and my dad buys the ticket stubs off them. We have 3 people. My mom and my dad are with me. So my dad and I go in. You have to sit on the floor because it's standing room only. You're sitting on the blue tarps. I take the 2 ticket stubs. I walk out. I grab my mom, and I bring her in. So we got 3 for the price of 2 off the secondary market before anything like SubHub or SeatGeek existed. And I was able to watch Sam Oakey as a little kid.
Yeah, well, our text before you even said this was from Jason the Locksmith and said, Sam Oakey, the best high school basketball player I have ever seen. So there is a legend of Sam Oakey that is living now through you and Jason and many others listening here as you're joined on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We got Billy Kegler with us.
Yeah, for the basketball tournament coming up here, what are some of the teams and who are some of the big stars, and I should say the top recruits that will be coming to Madison?
Yeah, so the first game Friday night is Nicolet versus Oshkosh North. Oshkosh North played in a showcase game on Saturday last year. Their best player is Xavier Mitchell, who's committed to Iowa State, and TJ Altzelberger. He put on a show last year in a double overtime thriller. So we're excited to see him come back again. And Dave Bolden from Nicolet is going to New Jersey Institute of Technology, which is going to be a great game. The second game Friday night is Middleton versus Romeoville. And if you know a little bit about our event, you know we get an out-of-state team every year. So Romeoville comes in, and Damian Porter is one of their best players. He scored 32 last night. He's a Division I level kid. But the backstory is they have a sophomore by the name of Jamari Fears. And for any basketball people,
You say
may know the
Jamari
name.
Fierce?
Jamari Fears, Fears.
Love the name either way.
If you know the names Jeremy Fears or Jeremiah Fears, Jeremy Fears is a starting point guard at Michigan State. Jeremiah Fears is a starting point guard at Oklahoma, who just won Battle for Atlantis. They played in this event 2 years ago from Joliet West. So now their little brother is coming to play in the event. So it'll be pretty cool because their banners will be on the wall in our entryway as all tournament team members for us. So it'll be a fun little family thing.
So Brad Nortman is here, and a little birdie told me, Billy, that are you a fan of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust Tuesdays at 3 o'clock?
I'm a big fan, and I am just flabbergasted by the questions every time. And there's always astronomy involved, which is wild.
So I don't know if there's an astronomy involved today, but are you ready for a special edition 5-question, 30-second Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, led by Brad Nortman and Alex Strofe as I leave the room?
Speed round, I'm in for it. Yeah, let's do
There he is. Ben Brust leaving the room. Billy Kegler from 608 Basketball Tournament. I toss it over to Alex Strofe, Brad Nortman, and Kyle Wallace to run the show.
All right, you heard him. It is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, special edition on a Wednesday. And here's how it's going to be. It's going to be 5 questions in 30 seconds, and you are not allowed to say skip or pass. Just roll right through the questions and answer them. And Bill, we're going to prove that you are indeed smarter than Ben Brust. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Kyle, before we start, can you act as Ben's proxy, and if I beat him, he's getting 608 shaved in the back of his head?
Oh, wow.
I like this idea.
This is real good.
I can say that this is something that Ben will probably do. So, yes, I will say, yes, Ben will get it done. If Ben doesn't get it done, then we'll make Strofe do it.
All right, Bill, let's get the timer started and the questions going in 3, 2, 1. What is the capital city of Canada?
Montreal.
What musical instrument is famously associated with jazz legend Louis Armstrong?
Trumpet.
What is the hottest planet in the solar system?
The sun.
What country is home to the Great Barrier Reef?
Australia.
What is the term for an animal that primarily eats plants?
Herbivore.
Pretty good.
Is that 3 or 4?
Three spot?
3 spot.
3 out of 5.
Oh, that's a win. I mean,
Yeah, I
we
think
can
it's a win.
already tell him. Let me grab Bennett.
Pretty good. You nailed the astrology. How do you know? Every single time there's an astrology one, what do you know? All right, here we go. Ben Brust back in here.
Damn, there's an astrology one?
He came in too
I'm
quickly.
toast.
I'm usually ready for a longer walk out of Ben Brust. Well, Ben, you know how to play, but this is 5 questions in 30 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. No skips or pass.
This does not go on the official record.
This is like an exhibition game?
I mean, you're going to want it on the official record in case you win, aren't you?
Oh. Nope. This is not ESPN
Not sanctioned. Okay, got
man,
it.
here we go. Hiding in the rules
Exhibition
again.
game.
All right, Ben. Any questions?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it in 3, 2, 1. What is the capital city of Canada?
Ottawa.
What musical instrument is famously associated with jazz legend Louis Armstrong?
Sax.
What is the hottest planet in our solar system?
This planet. Mercury.
Which country is home to the Great Barrier Reef?
Australia.
What is the term for an animal that primarily eats plants?
A herbivore.
Did Ben get 4?
He got 4.
Did I win?
That would have won.
You did?
That would have been a victory
You
right
would've
there.
won.
Oh, I'm smarter than Billy, and I didn't count for my
All right,
record?
That's a 3. That's a 3.
Wait a minute.
It's a 3. Ottawa, Australia, and herbivore.
You're right. It was 3. It was a tie.
We have a tie.
All right. Works out either way.
Billy, one tie, all tie, or tie goes to the runner, and I'm the runner in this.
Tie goes to the runner. You would get a prize if this was normal. But
hold on.
Well, we don't have a prize. Kyle, tell him what we got.
Yeah, so basically, if you took the L, you have to get 608 shaved into the back of your head. Or side of your head.
So you guys made a bet on my half?
He said I was your
that is
proxy, and I
correct,
said
yes.
yes.
All right. Well, Strofe, you're going to be on the call for some of these games, so let our fans know where they can listen to you and when they can listen to you.
Yeah, beginning at 6:30 for the semifinals on Friday, 100.5 ESPN in Madison as well. You can watch it on YouTube. Our Prep Mania coverage will begin about 6 o'clock on Friday, and we're live all day Saturday, both the showcase games and the championship games and the consolation game on 100.5 ESPN in Madison and on YouTube.
Well, there it is, Billy. We appreciate you joining us. Good luck on the 4th annual founder of the 608 basketball tournament. And look forward to you getting all the astronomy questions right as you're listening in on Tuesdays at 3 o'clock.
I need to do some studying with my daughters and be a little bit better in the astrology world.
Well, we appreciate it, and have a great tournament, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
That is Billy Kegler from 608 Basketball Tournament, 4th Annual. Here, Alex Strofe on the call on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Speaking of Madison, Braden Locke has entered the transfer portal, the starting quarterback for the Wisconsin Badgers. Over to the KBN Sports Desk with Alex Strofe. Psych, me, letting everyone know that Braden Locke has transferred from the University of Wisconsin. With that news, I want to know, and I want to pull it, Strophe, what's more likely? The Badgers win 4 games or 8 games next year. 800-990-3776. Put your mind to work there. More likely they win 4 or 8. No in between. Get your answers in. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here with Brad Nortman, and we've got a holiday deal from Quintessa Aesthetic Center that you don't want to miss.
That's right, Jen. The holidays are coming up fast, and if you're looking for the perfect gift for that special woman in your life, or maybe you're interested in checking out Quintessa for yourself, we've got you covered.
Now, through December 20th, for every $100 gift card you buy, you'll get a $20 bonus card. It's a once-a-year deal to make her holiday unforgettable or treat yourself.
Visit myquintessa.com today to grab this special offer.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the win. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. There's no wrapping needed, and this season you can try their newest holiday pastry, Eggnog Kringle, created to bring festive cheer to your celebration. Filled with rich, creamy eggnog and topped with sweet icing and a sprinkle of cinnamon, it's perfect for sharing with loved ones. Go to Kringle.com to order or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Got a doozy for you. It might make you unhappy, though. What's more likely? The Wisconsin Badgers in 2025 win 4 games or 8 games. And if you missed it, Braden Locke, the starter after Tyler Van Dyke went down early in the season, has entered the transfer portal. Never believe anybody says in a post-game press conference moving forward, if you did believe that he wanted to be a Badger.
I did.
Well, you're foolish.
No, I'm not foolish.
You're emotional.
I'm going to tell you why I believed it. I'm not emotional. I'll tell you why I believed it.
Why?
Oh, they forced him to leave. They told him he wasn't going to be the starter. They explicitly told. This is the time of a transfer portal where basically there is free agency. Yes, free agency in college football. And if you look at your roster, you evaluate your roster, you evaluate the talent that you have, you just bring in a new offensive coordinator, and you say, this guy is not good enough, I don't want him to run my offense. You tell him, hey, listen, Braden, we love you a lot, but we're going to tell you this now. Next year when it comes in, you're probably going to have to compete for the starting job. We're not saying you're not going to be the starting quarterback, but we're saying you're going to have to compete for the starting job, and we're going to look to bring somebody else in for another year, because remember last year they brought in Tyler Van Dyke, and he had to compete for it. He didn't win it. and then Van Dyke got injured, and then he knows what's going to happen next year. If you bring somebody in, you're not bringing them in to compete. You're bringing them in to start. So Braden left his football team because he wants to go somewhere that he is actually wanting.
All right, enough about Braden Locke. I hear you why you believed it, but the more important thing is here, this schedule is out for 2025, Kyle, and we're asking the question, what's more likely? That this football team that the Badgers are going to have, there's a lot to happen still, but is it more likely they win 4 or 8 games in a pretty tough-looking schedule on paper?
Yeah, it pains me to say this because I can't believe that when I look at a Wisconsin Badgers football schedule, I don't go through it like I do a Packers schedule where I say, well, that's an easy dub. That's an easy dub. Ooh, Iowa, I can't wait for that dub. That's going to be a game, but we can beat them. Not the case. Not the case. It is more likely, not acceptable. Let's get two different things, likely and acceptable. It is more likely we will have an unacceptable result of a 4-8 football season from the Wisconsin Badgers next year. And this is completely unacceptable, and we should not be okay with this next year. And they're going to make a whole bunch of excuses about why we couldn't beat Michigan, why we couldn't beat Iowa, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you this right now. If I had to choose a likelihood, unfortunately and sadly, more than likely, this football team goes in reverse from 7 wins to 5 wins to 4 wins in 2025, and it makes me sick to my stomach thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a disturbing, sad state of affairs when you look at the schedule, because I used to do that, Kyle. I used to go through the Badger schedule and go, Illinois, win, Minnesota, win, Iowa. Man, it's 50-50, but probably a win.
Northwestern at Ryan Field,
Northwestern,
loss.
win. At Indiana. I mean, there would be so many games where you'd say, oh, yeah, good one. That joke is just landing now. And I would say, oh, we're going to get to 8 wins. The question is do we get to 10? Like, do we get to 10? Do we get those big upsets? I look at the schedule this upcoming year, and I challenge anyone to call in and say, here's the route by which they get to 8 wins. I do not see it. Their quarterbacks right now are Mabry Matoyer, who is going to be a redshirt freshman, who all signs point to, based on how he did in practice, really struggled. Incoming true freshman in Carter Smith. Yes, a big name, but so you're banking on another transfer guy. You're banking on a bunch of transfers coming in to help fill the gaps when you're losing Hunter Wohler. You're losing your probably best receiver in Kekahuna. You're losing Tyree Walker.
Jake Chaney is going to be gone. You're losing your cornerbacks as well. And you lost a whole bunch of the young cornerbacks that transferred out.
I'm wondering not only where the true thread of identity is, but who the guys are going to be that are actually going to step up and play. I don't know who the playmakers are going to be, and it's just an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. Not only are the teams better, but the minimum low, there's no Purdue's on this schedule. There's no Northwesterns, right? Maryland is their easiest Big Ten opponent, but all the rest of the Big Ten opponents are good, very good. I don't see a route by which they get to 8 games. 4 is clearly more likely, and that is sickening.
800-990-3776. More likely the Badgers in 2025 win 4 or 8 games. This conversation is painful.
It is, and it's sad, man. It's sad listening to a former Wisconsin Badger football player who wore the W, who loves the W. You know how much pride these alum have in Wisconsin, these guys that play football who have for Wisconsin, how much fans we have for Wisconsin football. We absolutely love it. We love the tradition. We love seeing them run the football. We love seeing them win at Camp Randall. But we are very sad at the moment when I look at the schedule and all I see is 2 guaranteed victories over Miami of Ohio and Middle Tennessee State. That is embarrassing and that is sad. It is extremely sad that, Brad, when we look at Maryland and we say, we can beat Maryland, but we don't know. I look at Michigan and I say, we may take an L. Iowa used to be a game where it was a toss-up, but most people are going to look at Iowa when they say win or loss, and we're going to say
they have an identity.
They're going to say L. Don't y'all remember? You remember when we played Ohio State and we had dreams, we had wishes, we had hopes that we actually could beat Ohio State? Like, we went in that matchup like, okay, now we get to see how good this football team is. And what they did?
You put me in places that I remember, like where I was when. Obviously, as a freshman, when Brad was on the team, David Gilreath, I was walking in the stadium. I missed it, but I was there for the upset of Ohio State. In 2017, I was at the Big Ten Championship when they were a drive away from being 13-0. In 2019, I remember being at the Echo Tap in Madison, 21-7 at halftime. I didn't feel like they were going to win, but golly gee, I felt like they were going to win, and I say in revisionist history that I was like, maybe they can do it, but they lost. But again, these were moments in which we felt alive and had a chance. And now it's gone like the other direction now that we're looking at all these opponents and can't pick out a win other than the teams we pay to come here. And even the teams we pay to come here, we were down in the first quarter and the fourth quarter at those
Western
games
Michigan,
this year.
Well, even the teams that we were playing that were top 5, like when I played on the team that beat Ohio State #1, all the other ones you're describing, I mean, we were only like a 3-point underdog. Everyone looked at it and said, this team is capable. It would be
How do you know about spreads back then?
I just know a thing or two about those back then. And but now, especially this last couple of years, I mean, they're talking about double-digit underdogs in several games. I mean, I listen, this is the way that I know that the Badgers have lost whatever fear, whatever brand that they've tried to accumulate over the last couple of years. Most of these teams, like Bama, Michigan, Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon, even Washington, Indiana, they look at their schedule and they play the win-loss game too. And they go, Wisconsin, that's a win. And they go down the list. That is where the Wisconsin program is at today. Every other fan base, every other radio show is doing what we're doing. They're going through the schedule. When they get to Wisconsin, they say, oh, yeah, that's a win. Next. That's what's happening.
That is crazy. Minnesota fans are doing that. Minnesota fans are literally looking at the schedule when it came out, and they're saying, oh, Washington may be tough. Indiana may be tough. Oh, but at least we get to close out the season against Wisconsin, and we got them at home. Oh, yeah, we'll win that football
I miss
game.
being able to talk so much trash. And I miss the trash talking days, and I'm on the other side of it. I remember when somehow Illinois fans still hate me for when I called out Paul Christ and what happened in that game against Illinois, because I was like, it's a crap ass school. And I was just, they still are, the Badgers play them in basketball. I'm still getting that. And I was talking about football. They're crazy down there. My whole point is, I ain't got nothing to say. The Badgers lose to Illinois in basketball yesterday. That's 9 straight losses against Illinois in basketball. I can't say crap back. Yeah, Brad Underwood's got him 9 straight times.
Dang.
Have they beaten him?
Yes.
Okay.
Garden Underwood, they've at least have one win. I do know that. But I remember Io DeSumo crossed up Brad Davison. You name it. I got nothing to talk trash about, football or basketball. It's sad.
Well, and here's the thing that just
Marquette this year, man. I get under people's skin with Marquette, but I was in my shell while I was on my phone, trying to find something clever to tweet. I couldn't think of anything clever to tweet when you're losing 14 points.
And here's the thing that upsets me, right? Because we might look at this, and I think we all agree 4 wins is more likely than 8. And the people that are going to defend the program will say, well, hold on. This is just a really hard schedule. We got to wait till things calm down. Really hard schedule. I was sold that this team was going to be a college football playoff team. Yes. I was told that this was going to be a Big Ten championship type team.
Year 3.
So we're just going to wait around until the schedule gets easy.
It ain't going to get easy.
It's never going to get easy. And even if it does get easy, you're going to saunter into the college football playoff by default and lose in that situation.
And I'm telling you,
it'll never be easy.
The worst part about this is that we are so hopeless right now. We should be inspired by the fact that an Illinois football team can rebuild itself up and be competitive. We should be inspired that the University of Indiana, Indiana University, found a way into the college football playoff. But we're not inspired by the fact that it could be us because we don't believe and we don't trust in Fickle to get it done and turn it around for this program. I have never been more hopeless as a Wisconsin Badgers sports fan than what I am now.
What's more likely? It's on the poll. Badgers win 4 games or 8 games next year. Over 100 votes. Just got it out there 10 minutes ago. 77% say 4 games.
77%.
And so I guess my question is like, now the games have to be played and Fickle will be back. But it'd be really sad if they win like 4 or 5 games and you paid all that money and you're like, okay, so we could have started on a journey a different direction earlier, but there's a buyout. There's so many different variables now. Who knows what they can bring from the transfer portal? It's a top 20 recruiting class, but as we know, that doesn't translate. What matters more in college football is getting the right transfers in than relying on a top 20 class as freshmen to boom, make the team go.
You suck at getting kids from the transfer portal that make an impact.
I'll say this too, because I follow a bunch of Badger guys that are like reporters and whatnot, and they will retweet when some kid who goes to a different school says, hey, Wisconsin offered, and they'll describe who it is. I've seen mostly people from
Ball State
Mac schools. I saw Cal. I saw literally non-marquee programs are who the Wisconsin Badgers are offering.
I mean, even this
getting outcast from Bama.
That's the problem, man. We're not getting anybody, and so that's why we have no hope whatsoever. And so whether or not, and I said this last week, either we can fire Fickle now or we can fire Fickle later, but the end result is going to end up, and I don't want him to be fired because that means that our football program
is going the wrong way. We don't want that.
It sucks.
It's another reset.
But more than likely, the end result, we already know what the inevitable is. It's too late for this team to recover. It's going to end up with Luke Fickell being fired and them going in a different direction where they probably go back to maybe a past guy who has a connection to Wisconsin, like a Sean Lewis or something like that. We'll see.
Well, I did mention a little bit about both Badger teams, and what I do know is at Camp Randall and at the Kohl Center, you can find something delicious, win or loss.
Oh, yeah. I mean, whether I'm at the Kohl Center or Camp Randall, cheering on our Cardinal in red, I got a cold carbless in my hand. And when I went to Camp Randall, be able to enjoy a game, I saw everybody looking around the stadium with a carbless in their hand. I mean, there's something for everybody. Whether it be a hot August day or a cold November day, I'm grabbing a carbless. And it's made right here in the great state of Wisconsin, so it makes even more sense. But even more than that, we're all a little bit more health conscious. We want to be looking good, feeling good. Well, carbless is a guilt-free experience. Gluten-free, carb-free, sugar-free, that means it's guilt-free. Less carbonation, that means less bloat. And also 100 calories per can, meaning you can enjoy quite a few of them, as I do, and not feel that effect on your body. But even further than that, man, you sit back and enjoy it because you like the taste. And the taste knocks my socks off every single time. Vodka cocktails like black raspberry, lemon, lime, pineapple, cranberry is so good in the holiday season, and the classic cocktails like Paloma, Mojito, my favorite margarita, a little tequila throw in there. It is so good. When you are going through your local grocery store, you're going to see carbless there. You're going to be at a decision point. You're going to think, do I want to discover why less is more? The answer, yes, you do. Because I'm going to be enjoying it all weekend long, all holiday season long. Join me in learning why less is more with carbless. And finally, oh boy, we got to hear Brad out. That is timely for the holiday season. Kyle Wallace, you're especially going to want to hear this one. And all you that decorate for the holidays, listen up. Hear Brad out is next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Tyler, thank you for all that baby talk there and parenting talk. I'll take some of those tips.
I was getting ready for it right
now. Yeah, taking notes over there,
taking some of those nips. Taking some of those tips. those tips and storing them away. I do like nips as well. But Tyler.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Starting off with a little bit of action. There's a fair amount of snow that's coming down, and that's making for slow speeds across the area. Eastbound 94 really hitting the brakes from Highway 67 all the way to about Calhoun, and then you're back on the brakes through the Zoo interchange all the way to about 27th Street. On the westbound side, we got delays out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard, more delays through the Zoo to the county line, and then again from Calhoun all the way to Highway 164. Southbound 41 backed up from Appleton Avenue all the way down to about Blue Mound. Northbound's backed up just from before Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. And on 894 northbound, we've got the two center lanes blocked right about at Greenfield Avenue. Just as you're getting into the Zoo interchange, there's a crash there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, clearing skies, hopefully. Cold and windy, though, with a low of 2 above. Wind chill of anywhere from 5 below to 22 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and windy, very cold, with a high of only 14. Wind chill of 0 to 20 below. Weather is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Monica, what delightful surprise do you have for us this Christmas?
I've been waiting all day for your big reveal. Take a look and tell me what you see. Oh, that's gorgeous.
I see the North Star, that guiding light that always lets you know where you are.
The North Star is important to you?
Sitting directly above the axis of the Earth, it's the only star in the sky that never moves. It's always there for you.
Sarah? I see the star that stood high over Bethlehem 2,000 years ago.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight.
I wish I may, I wish I might.
Monica, it's fabulous.
Nicole Lasker designed it. I love her.
What's it called?
The Star of Hope. We have them in sterling silver with 4 diamonds for just $198. And in white gold with bigger and bigger diamonds at prices up to $19.98.
I love it.
I love it even more than Rick does. The Star of Hope.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Winter is here. Don't let your car care take a backseat. Protect your car against rust, salt, and grime this season at Tsunami Express Car Wash. Tsunami Express makes cleanup a breeze with their state-of-the-art wash technology, powerful free vacuums, and convenient unlimited wash memberships. Try their new best-in-class T2 with graphene wash for the ultimate long-lasting shine and protection. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Try your first wash free when you sign up online at TsunamiExpress.com.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th.
The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game.
Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All these lights, they can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down. Nobody can drag me.
Some people's favorite segment, others just love getting at Brad. I'm somewhere in the middle there. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophe running the show. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. And remember that number and get your phones out to give feedback on Hear Brad Out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys.
You're pretty good at that.
I know I am, and I'm going to eat these last gummy clusters and shut up.
He's going to be on 10,
Do you
just so
promise?
you know.
Do you promise no interruptions, Ben? This would be a first for Hear Brad Out.
I'm going to be on a candy high.
Look at his mouth. It's full of blue clusters. Look at him.
So this is how I know that
You're
is
a gross
very blue
individual.
tongue.
He's going to be on 1,000, so get it out while you can.
It's that artificial sugar is going to either have him like a static over the moon with this take or way below and crush it. And here it is. Guys, you should be able to leave out your Christmas lights on your home all year long. Now, hear me out on this one. Over the weekend, I know Kyle Wallace did the same thing. I just labored outside. Now, luckily it was warm weather. I labored putting out Christmas lights outside of the Nortman estate, right? We had spotlights and we got lights and we got the whole thing, right? And it looks great, might I add. But I labored and labored and labored. You know what my takeaway was? It's only going to be up for like 3.5 weeks. It was so much work to put it up and then take it down. You have to do it in the freezing cold. Not only that, man, the houses look good in your neighborhoods, right? And you take them down, the neighborhood looks bleak, it looks sad, it lacks life, right? So I say, you should be able to, and it should be socially acceptable to leave lights on your house all year long. Now, I'm not talking about props. I'm not talking about like reindeer and Santa, but the lights on your house all year long would make your house look beautiful. It would be a lovely display of being able to just add some character to your house. And how lights nowadays, guys, and they change colors. So you know what that means? That means you got to think of the possibilities. Halloween, those lights can be orange. How about Valentine's Day? You got pink and white lights. How about Easter? You put some pastels out there for your house. How about your Packer game, Kyle Wallace? It's a Sunday night. What are you going to put on? Green and gold lights, baby.
How about Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa,
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
You really weren't inclusive for other holidays,
I'm just
Bradley.
throwing out options. These aren't exclusive lists. This is just getting the ideas flowing. Badger games, little red and white. And God bless America, 4th of July. You got red, white, and blue lights all over the house. I think this would make your houses look awesome. I think you'd put in all that work to make it look great. And then you know it's going to be there for 12 months, not less than a month. So what do you guys say? Lights on our houses all year long that change with whatever holiday coming up, including Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, Kyle. All that works. I know you put in hard work, Kyle Wallace,
I did.
on your house.
Very cold.
And you got to be a little bit disappointed that you're going to be taking them down in a month's time.
Well, I knew what I signed up for. I knew what I signed up for. I knew if I decided to be cheap and not get lights that change colors, or I decided to get cheap and not get the lights that I can really put on the roof or something like that I can keep up all year but people can't see them, then I know the consequences of that. Now, Brad, this isn't a totally bad idea. I like where you're at, but you have to have the right lights, right? You can't have lights everywhere that's changing colors just because it's the 4th of July or just because it's Hanukkah, right? You got to be able to strategically have it right. Brad, when you signed up to put those things up, you knew there was an expiration date to having to pull them down. So, Brad, this isn't a terrible idea. But the fact is, you can solve it yourself. You just got to get the right lights, and you got to be able to hide them. But this is not a bad idea. It's a badly thought out idea, but I get where you're coming from.
It's a Bradley thought idea.
Yeah.
Tony in Waukesha, 800-990-3776. You heard Brad out. He wants lights on his house year round. What do you got?
Yeah, I already have lights on my house year round. They're called permanent. And
We're losing you, Tony.
Yeah,
Strofe will test.
It sounds like he wanted to agree with here, Brad. Out.
What I do know is Strofe
out there
screened the call and put has permanent color changing lights on his house. On YouTube, I see people do that already in the rural areas.
Yeah, Brad.
And here's why I like this here.
state areas?
Here's why I like this here, Brad out. Because as you started talking about lights year round, I had already started mapping out different colors, and then you went into the different colors thing. I like just in the, because I think a lot of people hate daylight savings. From daylight savings to daylight savings is when you need the lights, when it's darkest most. Once we turn the corner and we get more sunshine, I don't need to see lights because it's going to be sunny and at 8, 9 o'clock and whatnot, and then, when it's darkest time to be inside. But I like it for when we turn the clocks. October, you got the Halloween. You could probably, and there's some orange in Thanksgiving-ish too.
Oh yeah, orange.
Then you
and
go
brown.
Christmas through colors and holiday colors through January. February, you got the pink for Valentine's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, green.
And then
maybe?
March, St. Patrick's Day, I had green.
It's
and so
you,
here
Ben.
we are. The only thing
Juneteenth?
is,
You didn't say Juneteenth?
Juneteenth is in the
I
summer.
said June. I was going with the daylight savings time.
No, I just wanted to get at you.
I see that.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
The problem is,
okay.
Go ahead and let him know.
I ain't doing all that labor.
But you do it once. That's the
He
beautiful
doesn't even want to
thing.
do the lights.
I can't. I didn't want to do them for the next 2 weeks.
But you do it once, you do it right, and then from there going forward, the lights are always
Brad,
up.
this is a bad idea because this is already something someone is marketing and making money off of.
that's a
They
good
just
point.
told you the rural areas have this, and many areas has this. But
Paul says worst
socially
here Brad out
acceptable.
ever.
Well,
you said what?
Paul says worst here Brad out ever.
Oh, there's been
I'm
worse.
sorry that Paul doesn't want a little bit of excitement, little life, little creativity in his neighborhood.
And Brad, don't you know, and I know we're talking about lights on houses, but there's also light bulbs that people have that they can put light bulbs on their light post, or they can put light bulbs on their houses by the lights where they can change the colors of those, or the lights that you have on your house, like that go and hit your house by your bushes. You can also change the color. There's already this invention, Brad. You're not creating anything
Not
new.
to the extent that people put up lights in Christmas time. And even if it does happen in rural areas, we can all agree it's very, very rare.
Let's talk to Tony in
we
a
need to make
rural-ish area. I guess Waukesha, we can kind of call it rural-ish.
Some parts of Waukesha, maybe.
Tony in Waukesha, you do this?
yes, I have them up, and I have an app too that's linked to it. I can change the colors to the season. I can make them just white. I can make them sparkly for 4th of July. I can do whatever. And they're permanently attached to my house by a screw.
And Tony, I bet you they look beautiful, don't they?
Yeah, they are. So, it's a one-time thing. It took me about an hour and a half to put them up, and they do. My wife loves them. She gets to play with it all the time on the app, and whatever she wants to be, she changes the colors to her mood. And it also goes off with music as well. So
Oh,
music.
Thank you, Tony. We keep losing you just a little
the
bit.
thing is, but they're not hanging down. I guarantee you, they're not hanging down like Christmas lights on the house. That
Petey Pablo, 800-990-3776. Great idea, Brad. Thumbs up. Dash, We Energies.
Well, you pay the price for looking beautiful, don't you? Yeah, We Energy.
Kyle's like, I'm out.
No,
Kyle's cheap ass like, I'm out.
I have
those
a timer.
LED lights.
I have a timer on mine. It's hey, 6 hours.
Yeah, this idea is sponsored by We Energies. Trying to
Energy you can believe in.
Exactly. I just think it would be so fun. You go all around the neighborhood. Everyone's got different lights. Because I feel like now, if it's February and you got lights up, people are judging you. It's like, you gotta take your lights down.
They do.
I don't want that anymore.
I don't like that either. Because February is the worst month. It's the darkest month. Even though the shortest month, it's the worst month.
But you also said you wanted to keep decorations out, didn't you?
No, I said get rid of the decoration.
Okay.
Not props. We're not keeping like Santas out there all year. Just the lights can be very versatile.
You're just being
be very
cheap.
pretty.
You just had somebody tell you there's a solution for this. So this isn't even a hear Brad out. This is just an infomercial for trying to sell some premium asset for the house for lights.
At a minimum, we got to make it socially acceptable. You heard Tony. He loves it.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
No,
it's just it needs to look right. You can't have the little Christmas-looking lights hanging down. You got to have real good lights that you know those.
It's a
don't work.
Wellness Wednesday, and maybe lights will make people feel well as well.
That's right. I mean, you're talking about your mental health when it comes to looking at these beautiful lights, but your physical health, that's what you got to focus on. I mean, especially now, I'm 35, I'm getting to the age where you start to feel the impact of what you do to your body. That is what Quintessa Aesthetic Center can help you with. I go to the Brookfield location. I work with Jess. She is awesome. If you go there, let them know that we sent you. They love us over there. That's because Quintessa is offering so many different things to get your body feeling optimized. Not just that low-level standard, but optimized. They have so much that they use, whether it be IV drip therapy, hormone therapy. They got infrared saunas. They got so much that you can do to promote your body. I'm on a bunch of supplements that I've worked with them with to get on to make me feel at my best. And listen, alert to all you men out there or women, this would make a great gift for the special women in your life, your spouse, your mom, your mother-in-law, anyone, significant other. You get them in a Quintessa Aesthetic Center gift card. Boy, that's going to be smiles underneath the Christmas tree. And right now, through December 20th, every $100 gift card you buy, they're throwing in a bonus $20 gift card. This only happens once a year. So you buy 100, you're getting 120, 200, 240, 300, 360. It goes up and up and up. You go to Quintessa, you get the gift that keeps on giving. Get yourself a little something too. You're going to be feeling pampered, confident, completely renewed with Quintessa. So visit them today. Visit myquintessa.com. Tell them KBN and Brad sent you.
Well, Rob Demovsky of ESPN covering the Packers. Like here, Brad out. We'll find out and get a lot of info on the Green Bay Packers. And Rob's not scared to say how he feels. I want to know if he actually thinks this team can run off 4 straight as a wild card team. Don't go anywhere. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Student Athlete Support Fund is something I was looking at. I'm ultimately likely going to give to this College of I was in life.
Long week.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Problems exist around the area. We got a lot of slowdowns and a few accidents. So here we go. Northbound 894 at Greenfield Avenue. We've got an accident on the left shoulder there. Highway 175 southbound at Wells. We've got 3 lanes blocked with that accident. And then another one on southbound 43 as you're heading into the Marquette interchange on the right shoulder. So just be extra careful there. Very slow speeds on southbound 43 from Hampton all the way down through the Marquette and over the high rise. Southbound 41 slow from before Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down past Burleigh. More delays from Blue Mound Road through the Zoo interchange. Northbound is backed up as well from before Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94, pockets of heavy traffic from Highway 83 to Meadowbrook Road, and then again from 164 all the way to Calhoun. More delays through the Zoo and then through the Stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ Ford Storm Team forecast. For tonight, we've got clearing skies, hopefully cold. It'll be windy, a low of 2 above, with a wind chill of 5 below to 22 below. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, and very cold, a high of 14, with the wind chills between 0 and 20 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's time for another edition of Wellness Wednesdays here on 94.5 ESPN. Kyle Brust and Nortman's Brad Nortman sits down with Wellness Director Jessica Barr to talk about Quintessa.
And this week we're talking about body contouring options. Now, when you think of body contouring and body shaping, I think what comes to mind for most people, it sounds invasive, but it doesn't always have to be. What are some of the ways that non-invasive body contouring can help somebody look their best?
Yeah, we have a few different options at Quintessa. We have Cool Sculpting, which basically just freezes fat. So you can pick anywhere on the body that you want to lose that stubborn fat and freeze it off. And then the other thing we have is something called M Sculpt, which basically builds muscle. So you can put that on your abs and get a six-pack, or your glutes and get a nice bubble butt. Whatever you're looking for, we can kind of really target that specific area.
Wow, who knew it would be that easy? Because we all have those areas of stubborn body fat. I know for me, oftentimes it is my abs and my hips, but also to be able to get a bubble butt. I mean, I might not be wearing NFL tight pants anymore, but I still want to look good both in the front and the back. So if you're looking for non-invasive body contouring options, Quintessa is your spot. And again, as a reminder, Quintessa gift card is a great option when it comes to treating that special someone this holiday season.
Learn about all the services offered by Quintessa Aesthetic Center at myquintessa.com.
Hey, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. Guys, let's talk about something important. You. Taking care of your health and appearance isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling strong, confident, and ready to take on the world. At Quintessa Aesthetic Center, they make it easy. With experts in advanced skincare, body contouring, and anti-aging treatments, Quintessa is here to help you stay sharp and at your best. Trust me, when you look good, you feel even better. So why wait? Visit myquintessa.com and take the first step towards a more confident you.
Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for holiday hours.
Kevin Moret from Mentality Men's Health. Guys, I know you hate to feel weak. That means something different for every guy, but for most guys, it means the way they look and move through their day. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients see an increase in their muscle mass, their muscle tone, and the way they look? This means our clients got their confidence back. If you're looking to look and feel the way you did years ago, join the over 25,000 guys at Mentality and get your confidence back. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Bald, beautiful. ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Domofsky on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Bald, beautiful. Still don't know if any of them are correct, but we bring him on anyways. His name is Rob Domofsky of ESPN covering the Packers, joining Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. What's up, Rob?
Well, the bald part is correct, Ben. I don't know about the other parts.
You know what? Good point. Good point. Are you an everyday shave guy for the bald head?
Oh, every day.
That sounds like a lot of maintenance.
Buy stock in Gillette, because I buy them out of razors.
Do your kids fear that they're going to turn into you quickly?
Oh yeah, well one of them does for sure, because he's got they both have long hair because they're afraid to lose it, but the older one's definitely like he checks his hairline in the mirror like every couple weeks. So,
genetics.
Yeah.
Russian roulette.
It's supposed to be through your mom's side, though, right? Like if your maternal grandmother's bald, then you're in trouble. So
I don't know the details about that, but I'm gonna look into it now with having to look at you on TV.
I still think bald head beard is the most BA look ever. I mean, literally, you got Jason Statham. That's like an action hero.
I'm doing the best with what I got. I don't know, it's not much.
That you are. Rob, I don't know what Brad's record is for Hear Brad Out With You, but we're intrigued to get your reaction to this one.
Okay.
I think I'm right at 50-50. And Rob, I want to hear you on this one, okay? It's the holiday season. I know this weekend I put up Christmas lights, and I was bummed that they were going to last 3.5 weeks, basically. I got to take them all down.
Yeah.
Christmas lights in general, should be left on your house all year long. It should become socially acceptable to do this. Not props like Santa and reindeer, but the lights. And here's why. It's too much work to put them up, take them down after a month, and think about the possibilities, Rob. You could be every holiday you could celebrate. For lights on your house in October, it could be orange. Valentine's Day pink. Easter pastels. Packer green and gold. And God bless America, the 4th of July would be red, white, and blue. What do you say, Rob?
Well, I thought you were going to say just leave them up but don't turn them on. Like that, I'm all for that. Like just put them up there. Put them up there the last nice day in the fall, mid-November when it's still decent. Turn them on until I don't know what week after the first of the year, and then just you can leave them up there, but don't turn them on. So no, I don't want to see lights on the house other than Christmas time. We put ours up this past. Well, I shouldn't say we. I did none of it. My wife put them up this past week. We got the tree on Sunday, decorated, I think 2 nights ago. But no, I don't need, if you want to do floodlights, shining on the house at different times of the year, for different themes, little red, white, and blue, 4th of July, whatever. But I don't need lights hanging on the house that are illuminated all year. If you want to put them up there, and just so you don't have to keep taking them down and putting them up, during Christmas time, fine, but don't turn them on.
Sounds like a big fat L for Brad Nortman, and hear Brad out. Thank you, Rob, for your quick feedback there. As Rob Domofsky of ESPN covering the Packers joins us on Kyle Brust Nortman, I want to cut to the chase, Rob.
Yep.
Oh, man. This team's likely going to be a wild card team. It would take a small miracle for them not to be.
Mm-hmm.
4 games left. Is there anything they can do in 4 games to tell you that they can roll off 4 straight as a wild card team? Because I am having strong doubts that they can do that.
Yeah, they can win against the 2 good teams that they play, and that's Seattle and Minnesota. I think this is a good football team, but in order to be a team that scares somebody, you gotta go win spotlight games against really good teams. There's no probably better time to do that than Sunday night in Seattle against a team that, I know their record isn't as good as the Packers, 8-5, but they're as hot as anybody. Offensively, they're piling up yards. Defensively, they're stingy as far as giving up rushing touchdowns. I think they've only given up 10 rushing touchdowns all year. Josh Jacobs has 11 on his own. This is a team that you can go out and make a statement against and maybe give everyone, including themselves, the feeling that they can do this as a wild card team where they might have to go back there, or they might have to go to a Washington or whoever ends up winning. It wouldn't be Washington, it'd be Atlanta. Whoever ends up winning the NFC South, right? You're going to have to go on the road and beat one of those 2 division winners as long as you're not the 7th seed. Then you're probably going to Philly, and it's probably going to be tough. But I just think they have to beat Seattle and beat Minnesota in order to show the rest of the league that they're a team that's worth being afraid of.
Well, Rob, with saying that, where do you think the Green Bay Packers need to improve at in order to be able to successfully go on to beat Seattle, to go on to make people believe this, right?
Kyle, the thing that scares me right now is the situation in their secondary. That looks like Jair, I hate to say this because you never know, but it looks like Jair is going to be back. He was a full participant in practice today for the first time in quite a while. But, Javon Bullard has got an ankle injury. He's almost certainly not going to play. Evan Williams is in concussion protocol. Those are all different, but, most recently we've seen Romeo Doubs still in the protocol after a couple weeks.
Oh, he's still not practicing right now?
Well, he practiced. See, he actually practiced in full today. Doubs practiced in full, but technically LaFleur's told us is still in the protocol. I think maybe the last hurdle must be practicing in full and then, making sure you're fine the next day. So that's where we're at with Dobbs. It looks like he's probably, getting to the point where he's got the final step to clear. But look, okay, they don't have Evan Williams and Javon Bullard this week. They are Jackson. Remind me his last
Smith
name.
and
Jackson
Jigba.
Smith. I didn't know if it was in Jigba Smith or Smith and Jigba. Yeah, I think he's top 5 or 7 in the league in yards right now. The defense that scares me, Kyle. So I think they've got to have a secondary that shows that they can go out and shut people down. Because to this point, we haven't seen that yet.
Wait a minute. When healthy, you haven't seen that? When we
no. When I'm talking about recently, the last game, like Amon-Ra St. Brown, 16 yards on 3rd and 17 to put him in, or 2nd and 17, I guess it was, to put him in field goal range. The stop that you have to have against a really good team, last week, they didn't have it. Now, it's not to say they haven't had it. Xavier McKinney's been as good as anybody, but right now, That's the issue to me that the Packers have, even more so than the pass rush. I really think that to me it's even more the defensive secondary because of the injuries that they've sustained here in the last couple weeks.
Rob, I had this question teed up for you, and you led me right into it. Who is more valuable to this defense, Evan Williams or Jair Alexander?
I'm going to say Jair only because of what the next guy in line and what the trickle-down effect is. Because, you play Jair and you don't have to even think about putting Eric Stokes on the field, right? I think Eric Stokes is probably their biggest weakness right now defensively. The problem is, Brad, they're not only if you don't have Evan Williams, but you're not going to have Javon Bullard either. Those two are worse than Jair as one as far as absences go. But I'd say if it's just 1v1, I think it's the other way.
So who is starting at safety then if both out? Is it Zane Anderson?
Well, that's the way they went in the game to finish the game, and Zane actually played pretty well. I think he had 4 tackles, which is crazy because before that game, in his entire time here with the Packers, which dates back to early last season, he had played 8 defensive snaps total.
P squad grinder.
Yeah, that's the way they went, and my suspicion is that nothing they saw the other day would make him change it. But I mean, if you don't have Bullard, now do you move Keyshawn Nixon back to nickel? Where do you go there? Who do you put in the slot?
Rob Domofsky joining us quickly for one more here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Rob, what is more likely of a season-ending scenario for the Packers? Jordan Love throwing an INT to finish the game or the defense giving up a score?
Oh, boy. Well, last year, obviously, we saw a little bit of both in San Francisco, but the ultimate final straw was the interception. I do think Love's going to be better in those situations this time around. I think if the season's going to end on a last series, it's probably the defense. It's probably they can't stop. Just like we saw in Detroit, they just couldn't get off the field, couldn't stop them from scoring. And that to me, if that season ends, anywhere short of winning the Super Bowl, and if it's a close game, that's probably the way it happens.
Well, Rob, we appreciate the time. We'll be listening to you across the stations, and we will talk to you next Wednesday.
All right, sounds good, guys. We'll be seeing you. And sorry, Brad.
Don't be sorry.
Sorry, Rob.
Just be truthful.
You're
be you.
man.
Be bold. Be bald. Be beautiful. That's Rob Domofsky of ESPN. He covers the Packers, and we are Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and we are happy to have the best and the best of the best with Windows and Gina Della from Pella.
Oh, that's right. Gina Della from Pella and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Listen, winter proves that in this state, you got to have the best of the best windows, and that's where Pella comes in handy now. Because when you look at your windows, you look at your doors, you say, man, that drafty air is coming in. My electric bill my heating bill is way too high. That's because those doors and windows need to be replaced, and you want to go with Pella because this deal does not come around often. As low as $19 per window and $81 per patio door per month, that is, until the end of this year. So if you're finally looking to make that change, making 2025 the year your home is fortified and beautiful with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you can't delay. Do it before this brutal post-holiday winter arrives, and give yourself a gift with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We got a lot of polls up there across ESPN Wisconsin and KBN ESPN on Twitter X. We'll hit you with those, and we have a dictator in the household with Kyle Wallace.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
DKB, they get all my love, all my energy, and all my time. I'll be danged if GKB and Craig not going to allow me to take my half-an-hour boo-boo. If I need to do that, they need to allow me to do that.
That's your whole lunch break.
I don't even take a lunch break. I work during lunch.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota. Iota.
Yeah, that's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for holiday hours.
Get Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
'Tis the season of giving. Ho, ho, ho! At your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region, Hunis Auto Group dealerships. Hunis is the area's #1 rated car, truck, SUV, and EV holiday headquarters. During our exclusive Season of Savings sales event, we're offering our biggest discounts of the year on our entire inventory of America's best-selling brands from Buick and GMC at nearby Hunis locations in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. Thinking pre-owned? Your local Hunis dealership has the area's biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and hybrids, starting as low as $39.95 and payments as low as $199 per month. We're paying above top Kelly Blue Book values on all trade-ins, no matter the mileage or condition. Now that's giving even Santa would be proud of. Ho, ho, ho! Our huge Season of Savings sales event is going on now, exclusively at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Hunis Auto Group dealerships or online at shophunis.com. From the Hunis Auto Group family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Take the stress out of the holiday season with the Milwaukee Bucks. Get all your shopping done with Bucks deal season offers, featuring great gifts and limited time packages that even Scrooge will love. Score deals for everyone on your list, including yourself, from the Milwaukee Bucks and Pfizer Forum. 'Tis the season for cheer with your favorite deer. After all, there's no place like Pfizer Forum for the holidays. Shop the offers today at bucks.com/deal season.
Every day, Wisconsin's 600,000 family caregivers help their loved ones to continue living safely in their own homes. It's not easy. Each year, they spend an average of $7,000 out of their own pockets to provide this care. Wisconsin needs family caregivers, and they need more support. Tell your state lawmakers, Wisconsin family caregivers need a caregiver tax credit in 2025. Learn more at aarp.org/WI. That's aarp.org/WI. Paid for by AARP Wisconsin.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it.
Millions and millions of dollars invested in upgrades for new equipment across the clubs of the Princeton Club. Winning Madison's favorite health club and best health club, it's a no-doubter. Free child care with your membership. Open 24/7, and you can find your passion because they offer so much: weights, cardio, workout classes, personal training. The club feels great the moment you walk in, from the moment you walk out. So with the lowest rates of the year in December, lock that in right now. Don't think about it in 2025. Think about it now. Lowest rates of the year. 8 Madison locations and New Berlin. Lock it up right now. Lowest rates of the year in the Princeton Club. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. You, KBN Nation, watching on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee. And 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. On today's Hear Brad Out with Brad Nortmanisms. What a dorky Twitter name. You should be able to leave holiday lights hanging on your house year-round. Do you agree or disagree? 71% disagree with Bradford. Bradford, do you take offense?
No, we just got a lot of not festive, fun, creative people out there.
If you probably put it a different way and say, hey, if you have up festive lights for different seasons versus Christmas lights make me think of the little green things that are hanging down versus some type of
little
festive
green
light.
things?
Yeah, well,
Hey, don't you like a
cord is
line,
green.
like a
It's
line of lights?
Yeah, it's a tight line of lights that typically to color green. Am I tripping?
Could be red. Could be white.
Green and red are usually the colors.
Oh, I've
That's what
only
I'm
had
saying.
green.
It could be changing
But
colors
still-
all year round.
But no, what I'm saying is the actual string is that I'm saying if you had different lights that didn't look like Christmas lights, there's a better way to do this, Bradley.
I'm just saying that when those lights go down, man, all the flavor and fun of
What
the
are you gonna
neighborhood
do?
goes away.
What are you gonna do at the estate? You gonna allow?
He's
beer?
all
Think about it. I'm gonna think about leaving them
Nah,
out. The problem is
nah.
every single person out there is gonna judge the Nortman estate.
Who cares?
And I don't want that. I
You
want
pay-
this to be socially acceptable.
They don't pay property taxes on the Nortman estate. You can do what you want
I
there.
just got that bill too.
I don't want to know what that bill
Be a
looks
man.
like.
Be a man, Brad.
The
Stand on something.
depressing poll of the day, what's more likely the next football season for the Wisconsin Badgers, that they win 4 games or 8 games? 74% say that they win 4 games. The other 26 say 8 games.
I was hoping to be in the minority on this one, but that's pretty overwhelming.
You know what I hate
Moment
about
of
this?
silence for the season that hasn't even started.
The schedule was officially
Moment of
released.
silence.
Sorry.
Thank you.
The schedule was officially released today.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not
Yeah,
good.
that's why we did this.
Yeah, were you not listening?
No,
for
he
the
was in
segment?
Mr. Irrelevant, and then he was probably just decompressing from all the shows he did.
No,
so.
I heard it. It's just not good.
And so,
It's going to be a winless October easily.
see, that's the bad part, man. That's how we feel. And the thing that I hate about this is that people are going to respond on our Twitter X poll at KBN, at ESPN. Is they're going to sit there and they're going to say, oh, the schedule's so hard, it's so tough. We'll be lucky to win 6 games and 5 games. It's like, this is loser talk. Loser talk. Lucky to win some games. I bet you when Indiana looked at the schedule last year, they probably said the same thing, and look at them now. I bet you when Illinois looked at the schedule, they said maybe we win 8
Well,
games.
Indiana's schedule was actually weak, but my
Even
thing,
if we had the Indiana schedule,
my
we
thing with
still
the
wouldn't have
Indiana
won a lot
thing
of
is
games.
in Indiana's first year, if they had our schedule in Fickle's first year, it's comparable.
I guarantee
agreed.
you, if Indiana had, you talking about this schedule this year?
No,
the
I'm
schedule
saying if
from last
Indiana
year.
in their first
Oh,
year and
yeah,
everyone's
that's
saying
true.
it's weak, if they had the same if they had the
Yeah.
same schedule as us in our first year,
That's a good point.
So
I even think Indiana this year, if they had the same schedule, if they had the
relatively.
schedule we have next year this year, I still think Indiana wins 7, 8 games. 8 games probably.
I think so, too.
Because they beat Michigan. Like
we'll see what they do in the CFP, huh?
Notre Dame.
I mean, the Badgers proved to get blown out by mediocre teams.
They
So how
sure
can you
did.
possibly? It's
Damn.
not even comparable.
Nebraska, Minnesota, Iowa. Another poll that we have is who is the biggest Packer homer on ESPN Wisconsin? ESPN Kyle W. or Mark Tauscher 65? Mark Tauscher leading the way with 66% of the votes. Bigger homer than Kyle Wallace.
I appreciate the 34% that believes in me. I know Tausch has a little bit more clout than I do, just a smidge, a ring and some paychecks and wearing the jersey. But I appreciate KBN Nation and those
Just a
who voted,
smidge.
who believe in me and know that I can't be bought out.
only played there 11 years.
I can't be
Only
bought
in the
out.
Packer Hall of Fame, yeah.
Are you saying Tausch is bought?
Yeah, he's bought. Yeah, bought and sold. Bought and sold.
Sounds bad.
And sold.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the 4 o'clock hour. So if you get a chance to stay with us on 94.5 ESPN on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, Kyle's a dictator in his own home. 100.5 ESPN Madison, they have Jim, Matt, and Molly. You got the Damn Sports Show
Wait,
in
Molly's
Beaver
back
Dam.
already?
It's still called Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I thought she was back. I'll say, damn, she had a baby and already back.
Two babies.
Two babies. You're right,
yeah.
twins. 2 babies.
Twins, Basil, twins. And yes, Brad and I will be playing actors of a conversation between Kyle and his now girlfriend. That's coming up.
Now?
Did I say now?
You said now,
What
girlfriend.
do you mean? Forever.
Was there a different girlfriend?
Oh, my bad. In 2 minutes,
The ones
his
you get-
girlfriend
the ones you get
forever.
scrubbed?
Allegedly. We talk about them next.
Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight.
Problems exist around the area. We got a lot of slowdowns and a few accidents. So here we go. Northbound 894 at Greenfield Avenue. Got an accident on the left shoulder there. Highway 175 southbound at Wells. We've got 3 lanes blocked with that accident. And then another one on southbound 43 as you're heading into the Marquette interchange on the right shoulder. So just be extra careful there. Very slow speeds on southbound 43 from Hampton all the way down through the Marquette and over the high rise. Southbound 41 slow from before Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down past Burleigh. More delays from Blue Mound Road through the Zoo interchange. Northbound is backed up as well from before Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94, pockets of heavy traffic from Highway 83 to Meadowbrook Road, and then again from 164 all the way to Calhoun. More delays through the Zoo and then through the Stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. For tonight, we've got clearing skies, hopefully. Cold, it'll be windy, a low of 2 above, with a wind chill of 5 below to 22 below. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, and very cold, a high of 14, with wind chills between 0 and 20 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, Monica.
This is our WOW engagement ring for Christmas.
Wow.
Wow.
It features a 1-carat created diamond center stone.
Completely surrounded by a halo of little created diamonds that makes it look huge.
And each of those 3 bands is covered in diamonds.
I've never seen anything like it.
2 carats total weight.
There's no way this is less than $5,000.
No, we're selling these for half that much.
$24.98? I need to lie down and put a cool rag on my forehead.
And you can choose a 1-carat round, oval, or radiant diamond as your center stone.
Kessler's is the coolest store in the world.
But there's more. Look at this.
It's a matching pendant. Take that rag off your head and get up, Rick. You have to see this.
How big is that?
It's a 1.5-carat created diamond, surrounded by the same halo of little created diamonds. 2 1/3 carats total weight.
This tag says it's just $1,998.
See it for yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. Holla, we them boys. Holla, holla, holla. We making noise. Holla.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Strophe running the show. All right. How the hell do we get talking about tattoos? Do you guys remember?
I know. I said if my child ever came in the house smelling like marijuana, there'll be a problem. I said we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
We don't. The Wallace residents, we don't do that here. Oh, you douche.
Seconded.
He did. He said, "Oh, don't be such a."
Yeah, like
Karen?
Yes, Kyle the Karen.
How is that being a Karen if my kids come in the house smelling like that reefer, smelling like a dang skunk that walked through the dang backyard? I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna say,
well, yeah,
it's legal. It's legal in like so many different states.
Not this state,
and maybe not this state, but you're acting like it's like something from like 1970 that they just discovered.
I'm gonna tell you this now: if somebody come in my house smelling like a skunk, I'm gonna hit baby girl. You smell that? I didn't know we had the back door open and allow skunk in the house.
Nice one, Kyle. Nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah, you're such a funny dad in the future.
Kick some ass.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta kick some ass.
So this was a conversation that we had, and then we got to tattoos, and Kyle said, "We're a no tattoo household."
Mm-hmm.
A no tattoo household. Were you in there for the Strophe?
No, he was doing Mr.
I missed this.
This is
All right,
wild.
This is wild. So apparently, Kyle's baby girl was on a trip with a girl's trip.
A girl's trip up north somewhere. Don't know where. 3 hours up north.
I am going to be Kyle's baby girl. Hi, honey.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
You could never.
Brad, you're going to attempt to be Kyle, which is near impossible.
Wish me luck.
All right. This was the text exchange. Can we get the X-Files? I think the X-Files would work.
X-Files?
Stroph's got something for us, I guess. You got something for us? Here we go. Ooh, a lovey-dovey text. Baby, they're trying to peer pressure me into getting tatted.
Absolutely not.
I know. They are all going to get one. I'm just going to sit and watch.
As you should.
I'm right.
We don't fall for peer pressure.
Not here.
No, they literally all have tats.
Wait.
You have to scroll.
Come on, Brad. Next page.
Crisis.
Crisis, he says. It's just their interest, haha.
I'm joking. I knew most of them did, except Bridget.
Bridget. She has 3. 2 are pretty big.
We don't do that.
We don't do that, he says. I don't. They said, ask Kyle to see if you can. And I said, it has nothing to do with him.
They did the right thing. Ask your man.
Damn right.
Ha ha ha, STFU, no. I never have wanted a tat or with or without your, quote, permission, quote.
I know, boo. What are they getting?
Inside the mind of the relationship of Kyle Wallace and his baby girl.
That's love, ain't it?
What a wild ride. Kyle made it try to seem like he was telling her what to do, and then she put him in his place and said, with or without you.
Yeah, she can say all she wants. She can say all she wants.
And then curious Kyle pops out at the end.
What they getting?
I would love to know the timestamps on that. I know, boo. What they getting? Was it immediate? Was it?
I had to go back through. But listen, man of the house. You know what I'm saying? I run that mug. You know what I'm saying? She sent me the text. I ain't got to say nothing, but absolutely not. She knew it.
That's strong behind the text message.
Yeah, the messaging behind the text messages proves that Kyle's a fraudulent man of the house.
No. And her friends knew who to ask. Her friends said, let's ask Kyle. They knew exactly what it is. They know who run this around here. They know who wear the big draws around my house.
You're not saying that those other girls are in crisis mode to their face.
I would tell them to their face, that's crisis mode. I sat there in the mid-30s.
Getting tattoos is crisis mode.
Early 30s crisis. They over there. Who goes on a trip and randomly gets a tattoo? Somebody in a crisis? And shout out to if you're
do you know how many people have tattoos? I love all of KBN Nation with tattoos. Y'all in a crisis.
I have no issue with tattoos. I just said, if you go up north for a girls trip and all of a sudden you walk past a tattoo parlor and you all say, I want a tattoo, that is a crisis. Whoa. That is an absolute crisis. You don't just randomly out the blue stop for a whole hour or 2 hours to get tattoos. That you just playing
Kyle's #1 fan, Diana McGuanago, 800-990-3776. You're up.
So Kyle, are you telling her she can't get a tattoo?
What I was telling her is, I was against her getting a tattoo.
And if she would have got one, what have you done?
So here's the thing: I've talked to women who have tattoos, but me and my baby, the way we got our thing going on, we not tattoo people. It's okay. I have nothing against tattoo. I have a cousin who's tatted, right? I have a lot of people in my family that are tattooed. Good friends, they have tattoos. It's just for me and baby girl, we're not a tattoo family, and we know. And I didn't want her to be peer pressured, right? And because here's the thing: she wants to get married. She wants to become a Wallace. That's fantastic. That's great. It's probably going to happen one day. But guess what? Wallaces don't fall to peer pressure, and this was an opportunity for me to let her know we don't fall to peer pressure.
This is bigger than peer pressure.
We make decisions based
Diana,
off
are you upset with Kyle?
You sound like you made a decision for her not to get a tattoo.
That's what I'm hearing.
I mean, if the shoe fit.
No man will ever tell me what I can and cannot do.
Dang right. You let him know.
Oh, wow.
Dirty D. Ain't no man telling Dirty D what to do, but Dirty D ain't mine.
I can't believe you.
What do you mean you can't believe me?
Why do you feel like you need to have this like masculine presence over the girl that you're dating to tell her what she can and can't do?
What else can your baby?
What else is she banned from? The kids can't come in smelling like marijuana, as he said.
It's illegal.
Tattoos are off limits.
There's probably a couple things that she can't do. Tattoos. She can do piercings.
What if she said, I want to get a tattoo, but I want to get one with you, like something special?
Come on,
I want to express my love for you, Kyle.
I want to get KW on my body.
I don't need you to get that KW on your body to express your love. Your body is your temple, and it's beautiful.
But that's the way I want to express my love.
I would tell her we should consider different things. We should think this through. We shouldn't
But
let.
I already thought it through. I picked out the design. I really like it. It's the way I want to show my love.
I would tell her we probably shouldn't do it.
Okay, but what if I want to do it?
You know what the
What if
trick?
I want to do it?
Here's the trick. This is what I know. The trick is this: call Mama Wallace. Let's see what Mama Wallace thinks.
You're sending him to your mom?
Mom?
Yeah.
You can't hold your own business, so you send her to your mom?
Listen, when all else fails, Mama Wallace
Kyle,
will get it done.
Let me be as frank as I possibly can. It would be awful to date you. Awful.
Oh, stop.
Awful.
I agree.
Stop.
I feel bad for your
You make
girlfriend.
comments on the food she
Dude,
makes.
I love you. I love you.
What kind of
But
seasoning
this
are you
would
putting on
suck.
that chicken? What kind of seasoning is on that tacos? Is that what my mom put on the tacos?
I listen. I know what I want. She knows what she wants. Like, I'm a demanding individual, but I'm a loving individual.
no
I'm very
kidding.
caring. Listen, most people in this office, they don't have nobody has beef with me because I don't do anything to anybody. I'm just nice. I'm positive.
That's because if we get to know you, you're gonna have all these demands.
No. Listen, I think there is no issue with, her understanding what I like and me understanding what she likes. She can tell me what I can and can't do.
No,
She does it all the damn time. I'll tell you that now.
What is that specifically?
A lot of stuff. Christmas lights. When we would go buy Christmas lights, I wanted the Christmas lights to change colors. And she said, I don't know if we want to have that. Who won that battle?
This is Christmas
That's
lights
Christmas
versus
lights
tattoos
versus-
and making you dinners.
This is bad, Kyle. Jacob chimes
love
in.
her
Kyle
dinners.
is out of control. Kevin chimes in. Is it a crisis when you get them at 30, or is it because you're finally financially able to get them and not worry?
Wait, let me just be very specific before the tattoo gang comes and attack me.
I hope the tattoo gang that went up north.
That's not a gang you want to
I used to want to get a tattoo like 50 Cent on my back that had my name on it, but then I said, no, I'm not going to do it. All I'm saying is, if you randomly decide to get a tattoo out of nowhere and, you turn 30 and life changes, it might be a little bit of a crisis, right? Like, you can't put ink on
Do you
your
know
body
you're talking
permanently.
to yourself? Like, no one's going to be like, hey, Kyle, you're absolutely right. I've not seen one text, one comment. Strofe, me, Brad, even our part-timer thinks you're very, very,
Well,
very...
I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
yeah.
So wait a minute. Am I the only person that has, the junction or kahunas? I can say kahunas, right?
You can say stones.
Stones.
I think you were looking for gumption and cojones.
Thank you. Yeah, you got me.
Struggle in both of them.
I'm the only one that can sit here and at least express how they feel about something. Brad, if Lexi told you something you disagree with it, you wouldn't just put your foot down?
Well,
You're talking about tattoos.
I would have to feel very passionately about it.
If Lexi just randomly went up for a girls trip, which I know she takes girls trips,
Yeah, she
and all
does.
of a sudden she sent you a text message saying, hey, I'm about to get a tattoo, would you say, what?
I would say, what is it and where?
Oh, thank you. He's asking questions. And if
No,
she
but
said
you're
something-
saying
I'm not-
no, you can't do it.
You're
Okay.
saying no and then asking questions later.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she said...
Wallaces don't do that.
So, Brad, so you're saying if she said it was just, I don't know, a graduation year and she put it, I don't know, on her arm, would you be like, oh, yeah?
Yeah,
on her forearm?
I'd say that's lame. I'd say do something better than that.
But if she ended up doing it regardless, you would still love her and it wouldn't bother you.
Yeah, for sure. If she's like, I thought this through, I've already done it, I've already, basically in my mind went there and decided. I'd say,
Man,
okay,
you're
it's
kind
your
of
body.
I don't know the way you said that though. Like she can't do something spontaneous without your permission. You guys are controlling.
No. What about you?
She's got tattoos.
No, I'm saying she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
You have no say.
I want a half sleeve. I don't think I'll have the stones to get it because I don't have like a good enough arm.
So you're saying you can't put your foot down nowhere?
No, I can. I'm just not going to be the douche to say you can't get a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Strofe.
Get the G-string out your behind.
Yeah, all right. Yep.
Whoa.
All right. So
Come on.
So wow.
That's what tattoos are, dude.
Wow. Kyle thinks he's the man of KBN and the man of the house, but really he's just the controlling freak that nobody wants to be in a relationship with. Save yourself, baby girl. Save yourself now. Unless he brings you home, a couple nice new things for the home.
Oh, yeah, I definitely bring home nice new things. Though I may be demanding, you know what's something she can agree with? It's Universal Windows Direct. Absolutely. Listen, KBN Nation, it's the holiday season, in which is a time for family. It's a time for friends, but more importantly, it's a time for staying cozy inside the house. And y'all heard Debbie Lossica. She said it's going to get down to negative 22 degrees outside. What you don't want to have tonight is you don't want to have a home that's drafty. You don't want to not be able to be comfortable. You want to have great windows, and that's exactly what you can do do with Universal Windows Direct. You're going to be having that heat on tonight, and you don't want any of that heat seeping on the outside. You want it to stay inside, and Universal Windows Direct Super Spacer technology does exactly that. And guess what? If you act right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. And remember, there's no limit. You can even buy 4 and get 4. Plus, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 whole years of interest-free payments. And every window is backed by a true lifetime warranty. Don't wait. Make sure your home is ready for the winter and the holidays. Call Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today, or visit uwd.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my Universal Windows Direct.
And now, the Theater of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman presents a reading starring Brad Nortman as Baby Girl and Ben Brust.
Opposite.
Ben Brust is Baby Girl and Brad Nortman is Kyle Wallace.
Baby, I'm up on a trip up north with the girls, and they're trying to peer pressure me into getting tatted.
Sounds like those ladies are in a 30s life crisis.
No, they literally all have tats.
Crisis.
It's just their interest, haha.
I'm joking. I knew most of them did, except Bridget.
She has 3. 2 are pretty big.
We don't do that.
I don't. They said, ask Kyle to see if you can. And I said, it has nothing to do with him.
They did the right thing. Ask your man.
Ha ha ha. Shut the bleep up. No. I never wanted a tat, or without your, quote, permission.
I know, boo. What are they getting?
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
When I'm, again, doing the Pack Arena, and as a shareholder, when I'm sizing up my ring, I'm sizing up my ring
Pack Arena right now.
1 packer, 2 packer, 3 packer arena.
Hey.
What's the word?
Jordan Love to Christian Watson. Nay, that's a touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We still have a few accidents out on the road, and the road conditions are not great. They are wet, and the temperatures are falling, so things are going to get slick out there. Right now, 175 northbound at Wells. We've got the left lane blocked with a crash there. We've actually got 2 accidents there with the left lane blocked. Southbound on 175 at Wells as well. We've got the 3 lanes blocked on the southbound side. Accident on southbound 43 right at the ramp to go eastbound on 794 in the Marquette. Another accident is there. We got backups basically from Hampton solid all the way down through the Marquette. Southbound 41 very heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down through the Zoo to Greenfield Avenue. Northbound side slowing down out of the Zoo interchange all the way up to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Clearing skies, hopefully. Cold and windy. A low of 2 above with the wind chill of 5 below to 22 below. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, very cold. A high of 14 with the wind chill of 0 to 20 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
It's a potential playoff preview on Sunday night in Seattle.
Going to Seattle is always a chore. I mean, that is a tough place to play. I think they got a lot of talented players.
A primetime Green Bay game day happens Sunday ahead of the Green and Gold taking on the Seahawks. Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Join Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel, ESPN legend John Anderson, and future Green and Gold Hall of Famer Brian Balaga. Sunday starting at 4 p.m. Right here on 94.5 ESPN and at ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube page.
Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for holiday hours.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
Woo!
Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screaming is about.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting their first ever tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at Whistling Straits, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through December 31st. Your winter chance to play Whistling Straits awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, living life with joint pain is just no way to live at all. If you have that, you already know what I'm talking about. Debilitating, be unable to do the things you want to do.
Sounds like Kyle's girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true. Limited in every single way. Just like Kyle's girlfriend. But if you have knee pain, hip pain, shoulders or back, then my friends at QC Kinetics, they will get you right. That's because they utilize advanced regenerative medicine. I'm talking about platelets, stem cells, plasma, all sorts of things in their toolbox that go beyond whatever a, quote, traditional type situation would do between steroids and shots and surgery, things that, maybe don't even help in the long term. Not QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is a long-term relief that gets you the life you want to live back sooner than you want, or sooner than you could even imagine. I've got a neighbor, 19 years of back pain, 19 years. Could you imagine? She went to QC Kinetics. Boy, oh boy, she said her own words, quote, something of a miracle. No more back pain. She's living the life that she wants to live. When I went there, I couldn't believe all the things they have to give you your life back. QC Kinetics. Free consultation, so you got nothing to lose. Tell them KBN sent you. They love us over there. Advanced regenerative medicine with QC Kinetics. Call today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN and YouTube ESPN Milwaukee. Kyle is the dictator of his relationship with his baby girl.
Kyle Mir Putin.
Oh my God.
Kyle Stalin Wallace.
Ah.
Oh wow. We can't up the ante to the
Wassolini?
next one. I don't know.
Wassolini. Oh my God. Why are you doubling down on the fact that
Wassolini? I like that.
The fact that you don't let your girlfriend get tattoos is a prereq of you guys being in a relationship is wild.
Kyle, is it one of those things where your girl, baby girl, gets dressed in something and you go, you ain't walking out this house in that?
That's a great question. And look at his face. It's happened.
Stop.
It's happened.
He froze.
He froze. It's happened.
I've never done that. We ask each other when we're going to events if we like what we have on, and we make selections, right? Like when we went, I had the wedding. Remember, I missed KBN. We had back to back a wedding and a ball that we had to go to.
Too much back, baby.
No.
Can't wear that dress.
I mean,
Save it for home.
No, I tell her to sexy it up, show a little bit of them thighs. I told her, no, I'm good with that. So, yeah, but we share our thoughts on what each other have because I've told her, when she's out in public, I'm out in public, we're a representation of each other.
Man.
We are.
That
Just
is
like
what-
Lexi's a representation of you and
That's
your
true.
fiance is a representation of you. Are they not?
Yes, but like you're making it seem like
the delivery, Kyle. The delivery. So when she says she's in the closet, she's getting ready, she turns and says, "Okay, Kyle,
what do you think?
I say, baby, you look good, but
oh
no, gosh,
but I think that other dress would look better on you. Listen,
You are the worst.
Oh, stop. See, that's the problem. You all are pushovers, not me. We ain't pushovers. We keep it real because we have a great work. Y'all read them texts. That is a great relationship.
I said in the commercial break.
Hang on.
It's a unique relation.
All right, it's not enough to read those texts
It's
once.
great. I said, I love you, boo-boo.
Kyle, do you want a chance to put your own spin on the conversation, or am I?
What do you mean own spin? This whole thing's been his spin.
I want Kyle to be Kyle.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly.
Kyle, I want you to be Kyle.
And Ben, you continue to play the role
I'll continue to be Baby
You
Girl.
deserve a Golden Globe for this performance.
Baby, they're trying to peer pressure me to get tatted.
Absolutely not.
I know. They're all going to get mad, and I'm just going to sit and watch.
As you should. We don't fall for peer pressure over here.
There's a part, he says pee pressure, and then she says pee pressure because he spelled it wrong. So you can go to the next part.
Okay, that's you. It's the next thing is me. I said, sounds like those ladies are in a 30s life crisis.
No, they literally all have tats.
Crisis.
It's just their interests, haha.
I'm joking. I knew most of them did have it except for Bridget.
She has 3. 2 are pretty big.
We don't do that.
I don't. I don't. They said, ask. She's getting torched right now. They said, ask Kyle to see if you can. And I said, it has nothing to do with him.
And I said, we, as in we don't. Because she said, I don't. See, we're a team. We. And they did the right thing. Ask your man.
Ha ha ha. Shut the bleep up. No, I never wanted a tat with or without your, quote, permission.
And I said, I know, boo. What are you getting? Or what are they getting?
You never say what are you getting because you don't allow it.
What are they getting?
I can't believe this.
Kyle,
You're not real.
You are a traitor.
This isn't a real relationship.
I said this in the commercial break when you left the room to Brad and Ben. I said, I've always thought Kyle was a bit of a cartoon character. But those text messages solidify that Kyle may actually be a cartoon character.
No.
That's not how you interact with your significant other.
Yes, it is.
Honestly,
Is that how you text?
If I was
we love
texting
each other.
Lexi and she was at a girls' trip and she was thinking about getting a tattoo, I'm not going to lie, our conversation vernacular would look way different. Yours is hilarious.
It's not real.
I'd be like, Lexi, let's think about this. And like you're trying to like use sentences. You guys talk hilariously to one another.
Told you.
I love it.
I found the love, baby. That's what it is.
You know, it's funny.
Ask
It's funny
your
he's
mans.
bragging about his relationship.
I mean, that's
yet
real
Strove's
bad.
closer to getting married to his girlfriend than you are. Brad's married. I'm engaged. And meanwhile, you're bragging about your relationship while she's waiting on a ring while you tell her what to do with her whole last 3 years of her life.
I mean, we're very happy. We're very, very happy. And as you can see, I'm out controlling.
What is okay? You know what? I'm going to give you 60 seconds to give a State of the Union of the Wallace
Hold on,
relationship.
before we get there, can we have a State of the Union of Bridget?
Oh, she's fantastic.
So she doesn't have the tattoos.
No, she's got 2. She's got 3, but 2 are pretty big.
So for her, I don't. She lives.
Bridget.
Her friend lives in a different area, and so I don't know too much about like what she has. I don't see her.
Hang on, Kevin and Sheboygan chimes in to this conversation that Strofe brought up. Why did Kyle say Bridget like that? What has she done to him that he dislikes her so much?
Actually, no, I like.
Cut it and send it to Bridget, Strofe.
No, I like all her friends, and Bridget.
love all her friends.
Bridget specifically is cool. She's fun. She has a kid that is literally like dynamite. Yeah, I was gonna say dynamo, but she's like fantastic. I like her. I just don't see her too often, so I didn't know what tattoos she had.
But you knew she had tattoos.
Yeah, but I
Big
knew
ones.
she.
2
But
to 3.
well, her friend, she told me she had tattoos. But yeah.
So, what are like the 10 commandments in that you read to your significant other when you are entering into an agreement to be boyfriend and girlfriend?
I mean,
thou shalt not smoke
What are
marijuana.
deal breakers?
I mean, well, the deal breaker is I mean, the drugs thing. I don't mind a little partier, right? But here's the thing. I'm 30-some years old, right? Like, it's one thing to talk to somebody who, has a good time. But now I'm trying to marry you, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to bring you home and, the baby got to smell the blunt. Like, it is not cute, a girl smoking the blunt. It's not. That's not cute.
It's not cute when girls smoke blunt.
Exactly. It's not cute. I'm not having her rolling. I ain't going to get into details. But that's not cute. So, no, that's a no-no. Tobacco products like cigarettes, like to Easter all, my dad smoked cigarettes.
So you judge me for having nicotine.
I do. I tell you this all the time. I tell both of y'all. I tell you both right now.
You did. Ben tried to.
I am not your girlfriend, and I don't want you to treat me like it. I am 33 years old. I'm a grown damn man. Leave your comments to yourself.
Brett, what happened today?
Ben wanted me to be a drug-running mule.
Yeah.
Until the quick trip
that
to
is,
the West.
Make sure you get it right. It's literally Zyn. It's nicotine. I said, I'm having a hard time finding my flavor. Can you be my lookout in Delafield?
And you said, don't you go peddle his drugs.
I told you, don't feed that. We don't do that. And so
and it's Zyn. It's not drugs.
Yeah, it's not whatsoever.
For the record.
But so for like my dad smokes cigarettes still to this day, and I hate it, and she hates the smell too. So that's something that we don't have. Also, not being able to handle yourself, like, when you're going to have a good time. I don't want you standing on tables trying to be the life of the party. Yeah, don't get sloppy with it. Like, that's something I don't do as well.
Do you lay these out ahead of time, or do you correct them as you see it?
Observations. Listen, if I was 10 years ago, who cares? You want to stand on the table and get wild? Cool, baby. That's fine. But nowadays, like,
age limits for fun in the Wallace's relationship.
You have to be strategic. Don't nobody want all that life of a party and energy at the house. I want to go to sleep. I want to relax. I want somebody who can wind down with.
So do you use like external observations? Like, you see that girl over there, baby?
No,
you better not do that.
She wouldn't be the choice if I didn't already think she hit all the different buckets. I didn't tell her.
You're a box checker before you date somebody? Oh my God!
I actually respect that.
Yeah, maybe
if you're gonna get
I'm
serious,
okay with box checking.
If you're gonna be serious,
nobody's gonna check every box.
They can check a lot.
That's
of
not
them.
real life.
I disagree.
I mean, not every.
Oh, you're in the honeymoon phase. You little dope.
Strophe.
And you just got a DM from your ex-girlfriend, so you're in the suck-up phase right now.
But no, you gotta definitely have people check boxes. I'm sure if your fiance probably did a little bit more of her due diligence, she may have been a little bit of
wow. You calling out the integrity of my fiance, the mother of my child. Meanwhile, you got rules out there to live in the Kyle Wallace world.
She should have set some rules at first, so you wouldn't have these toenails and fingernails all over her dang house.
I've come to an observation of our show. We're sloppy.
Yeah,
we're a sloppy bunch.
I am.
I think you and me are sloppy.
Kyle's sloppy. Kyle's sloppy.
I could be reckless. But there's things that I accept, just like there's things for her. But I do have, we also have a list and standards.
John on Twitter chimes in at KBN ESPN. Bridget deserves better. Please leave her alone.
I love Bridget. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The fact I love Bridget. I probably should have scratched out her name, but it is what it is. She's fantastic. All her friends.
She's famous now.
No, they're all fantastic, and shout out to them because I know some of them and their significant others listen. I love them all. They're fantastic. They're all welcome.
All right, I'm done with him.
Do we know what tattoo they got?
2011.
That's what they got. It was the right decision for you to
that's what I said.
Peer pressure the other way, baby
And
girl.
she sent me a picture of like the stencil, because I guess when you get a tattoo, you can like put this. And she sent me a picture saying, "Ooh, look what I got." And I was like, "Girl, I know you lying. I ain't worried about that."
I know you lying.
Yeah.
You can always wash it off. There are new ways to get it off.
Well, I mean,
come on, Brad.
I know one way that you can wash it off, because they can get off anything, and that is with Tsunami Express Car Wash. You're probably like me. You go to your ride, you look at your car, and you say, darn it must be the Wisconsin winter. I'm seeing salt, I'm seeing grime, I'm seeing all the things that Wisconsin winter produces on your car. Prevents it from looking beautiful. Enter Tsunami Express Car Wash. And right now, they are introducing T2 with graphene technology. That's right. This is state-of-the-art stuff.
Do you approve, Kyle?
I always approve of them.
Oh, yeah. They'd be looking real fresh in a car with Tsunami Express.
Mm-hmm.
And now with T2 with graphene, it is their highest end supercharged wash, the highest end protection they have, keeping your vehicle cleaner, longer lasting, even the glossiest mirror-like finish. When I get my car washed there, I'm a ceramic member. That's a top level membership. Man, I'll tell you what, my car is reflective. That is how nice it is. And especially now, you get those monthly wash memberships where you can go as many times as you want. Because guess what? It's going to snow. That means salt, snow, salt. You might get it washed. It might only be a week later. It's time for it again. That is why you need to go to Tsunami Express Car Wash and experience T2 with graphene and everything they have from an interior and exterior wash. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Becoming relevant with Alex Strofe. I could talk about Kyle for days. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a seam head now. You can call me whatever you want.
Seam head.
I don't even know what that is.
That means I'm a baseball dork. All I do is sit and watch MLB big inning at night.
Head.
I've never heard that before.
This is because you're not a seam head.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's still a rough ride out there right now. We've got a bunch of accidents to deal with. First of all, on 175 southbound, 3 lanes are blocked at Wells, so only 1 lane is squeezing through tightly. And then we've also got on the other side of the wall, on the northbound side, we've got 2 accidents right in that neck of the woods that's blocking the left lane. So watch out for the big delays through there. We've also have a crash on southbound 43 on the ramp to get on to 794 eastbound. That is making for nasty delays from basically Hampton all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. We've also got a crash on the southbound Rock Freeway just past Highway 100. It's off on the right shoulder, luckily, but that's something to keep in mind. Very slow speeds no matter where you go, though, because those wet roads are now starting to freeze over with this temperature drop that we're getting. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast for tonight, clearing skies eventually, cold and windy, a low of 2 above with a wind chill of 5 below to 22 below. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, very cold, a high of 14 with a wind chill of 0 to 20 below. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Always have a slice of summer by playing Pro Tour courses on one of their 12 simulators. Book a bay for just $35 Monday through Thursday. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The time has come.
Yes, the time has come to do what you need to do.
You've put it off as long as you can, but the time has come to choose a Christmas gift for the woman you love.
It needs to be something that will fit perfectly.
Something she will wear constantly.
Something she will love.
Something you can buy today and take home today.
Because you ran out of time. Christmas is upon us.
It's time for you to buy a fabulous pair of diamond stud earrings.
A fabulous pair.
Kessler's has natural diamonds created in the heart of the earth.
And newborn diamonds created in the heart of a star.
And when you buy from Kessler's, you can always trade your Kessler's natural diamond studs in for a larger pair.
We have diamond studs for a few $100s.
And diamond studs for several $1,000s.
2-carat total weight natural diamond studs are just $5,998.
She's going to be extremely happy when she sees what you bought for her.
And that's a good thing.
A very, very good thing.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
If you win a Super Bowl, that's because your team is really, really talented and you continue to ascend while other teams plateaued. The question is, have we seen the best version of the Philadelphia Eagles this season? And I don't think it's off the board that might be the case, especially with the drama that's coming out right now. And here's the thing, we're not the ones that are airing the dirty laundry. It's the players in the locker room that are doing that.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham, as respected of a leader and a team captain as there is in the NFL, came out and said, we can't let the personal get in the way of business. When they asked A.J. Brown what's going wrong with the team, he said, yeah, we got to work on passing. What do you got to do to improve? Yeah, we got to work on passing. Pointing the finger at Jalen Hurts. Like, that's not what you do if that's your guy and you got his back.
After a win.
But clearly that's not the case. Don't frame this up like we're the ones that are trying to create a problem. We're not creating a problem. We're just talking about the issues that they already told us they had.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and that means limited time savings on the paint pros need. Right now, save $15 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowes.com/same-day delivery for details.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
If you missed any of our show, WisconsinOnDemand.com, YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison, 4 to 4:30 is must listen to hear how Kyle Wallace engages in relationships. 800-990-3776. For you to get in the show. But it's time now to hear from Alex Strofe, a busy man, on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, hosting Mr. Irrelevant on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. And now, time for his segment on KBN.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Benny, you referenced Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. This morning, ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter joined us. I asked him about the possibility of Bill Belichick going to the University of North Carolina, and reported just minutes ago from Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, the deal is done. Bill Belichick will be the next head coach at the University of North Carolina, according to Ian Rappaport. Bill Belichick is headed to the ACC.
I love Bill Belichick. I watched the Manning cast on Monday Night Football, specifically in the first half, for Bill Belichick. Obviously, his resume as a football coach speaks for itself. If Bill Belichick fails at UNC, it's not because of Bill Belichick. Is because these damn Gen Zs are not going to be able to listen to the old man who knows way more than them, and they don't have the ability to open up their minds and listen to the greatest of all time.
Yeah, it would clearly be a Gen Z problem. My question is, okay, he's 71 years old. He's 26 wins away from the all-time winningest, most wins, in NFL history. Why wouldn't he wait for an NFL job if he's going to coach at all? This is like Phil Jackson, after coaching for the Bulls and the Lakers, taking the job at like Creighton. It makes no sense at all. Why would you want to go into this world, especially the transfer portal, NIL? I don't understand it at all.
So, he's going to go down as the greatest NFL head coach of all time. The wins doesn't matter. It's the Super Bowls that got him that title. And if he can do something as the best NFL coach of all time, and also like Jim Harbaugh, who's now in the NFL trying to win a Super Bowl, that would be an unbelievable accomplishment. But if you have 6 Super Bowls to your name and can somehow, at that age, connect with this generation of kids and turn a UNC football program into a perennial powerhouse and compete for national titles and win one, it just proves that it doesn't matter what the cards are. He's that good.
But he should... That would be unbelievable if he can get UNC to the CFP or win a championship. But if he wants to be on that same page with the very, very few coaches that have won a Super Bowl and a national championship, you said Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, Barry Switzer.
Harbaugh hasn't done it as a coach.
Oh, that's true. He
Urban Meyer's good.
Why wouldn't you call Ohio State and say, fire Ryan Day They don't want him anyway. I'll come in here and I'll get you that national
Because he wants
championship.
low expectations. He's obviously he has nothing to do. Like, hang it up, man. You're 72 years old.
Why are you such a hater?
No, I'm not being a hater. Bill Belichick is a phenomenal coach. We already know that. But what is the point of doing this? Maybe he doesn't want to retire yet, but you're 72. This is the time for you to celebrate all the great things that you have done in life. Why
people built like that, Kyle, don't just like be like, hey, I'm just going to go into the sunset.
Immense stress that comes with running a college football program.
He only knows one thing, and that is that.
Could you imagine him recruiting, trying to like suck up to the transfer portal? And
he's not going to.
You don't have to suck up. You just got to write a check.
But I mean, UNC has money. But I mean, I don't know how much money they got, how many checks they're going to be writing. I mean, they let Mac Brown go, who was a great coach. He
was struggling.
I mean, he was, but I'm just saying, I just got another old man, and I want Bill to be successful. I just don't know why he's doing it, man. Like, you've proven enough, but maybe he's trying to set his son up to be the head coach in like 3 years. Maybe he's trying to get some stability for the program, but good luck to you. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Hopefully his son's not as bad as Bronny is.
But, I mean, if this was Wisconsin, right, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Bill Belichick became the coach of Wisconsin, right? So, I mean, as North Carolina, congratulations to you. You were able to get a legend. Good luck.
I've heard Belichick is ruthless. Now, this with NFL players that are men, and nobody was held back with punches. I heard he was like the hardest on Brady and like the stars, right? I just can't imagine him talking to 19-year-old Gen Zers and Gen Alphas whenever they jump up here.
Imagine, there's a lot. I'm gonna tell you this. No offense against Christian Watson's dad, but there's a lot of Christian Watson's dad. We saw Roma Dunze's
dad.
There's a lot of these 18, 17, 18, 19-year-olds that he's recruiting are all the kids that think they stuff don't stink, and all their parents think they can play. I was shocked and astonished by how much parents actually not have a say in college football with the coaching staff, but actually try to apply pressure to college football coaches, which is very weird to me.
Are you speaking from the experience of your cousin playing at the Division I level?
Yeah, the amount of connection that parents have to coaches, it was very odd to me. It was weird to me.
Our parents had zero connection to Bo Ryan.
Yeah, not with Paul
outside
Chris
of saying hello at the hotel lobby.
Yeah, not with Paul Chris and Luke Fickell. And Brad, can you speak to did when you were there, did they actually know your family, talk to your family?
They did, but it wasn't like Kyle's saying they would be like, hey,
No, it's just I don't know. I just thought it was weird for me personally. But anyways, my whole point is this, is that now Bill Belichick is going to have to deal with the fact that people's parents are going to be tweeting, people's parents are going to have a say, they're going to be able to persuade their children to make decisions, and it's very different than somebody being locked into an NFL contract where this is their job and their career. It's different.
Boo.
When I brought this up last week when it was initially floated on this segment, I said everybody does something for leverage sometimes. Holy smokes, was I wrong. I totally thought this was a leverage play to get an NFL job. I didn't actually think he'd make the jump.
I thought he was shaking the rust off.
I'm fascinated by this. Yeah, I know his son, I think, is he the defensive coordinator at Washington?
Yep.
So I imagine he'll make the jump over to UNC. Wow. I'm surprised by it. I'm actually shocked.
I love it. I love it. It's so much fun.
Fascinating. It's really fun.
You got Dion in Colorado.
Maybe.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's fun. Like, this is fun. I like this.
Well, so UNC football program is certainly second fiddle to the basketball team, struggling right now. If Fickell can't turn around the Wisconsin program, how quickly does Belichick turn this team around? When do they get 9 wins?
The ACC is weaker than the Big Ten. But
they have way less of a brand, probably less money.
But
they had way less of a brand before Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and in UNC,
Luke Fickell ain't Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference.
Breaking news.
They can actually turn around and win 8 to 9 games next year simply by, right now you have a lot of news, so now it's like, oh my gosh, as a kid I get to play for Bill Belichick, right? So that helps them this offseason. All it takes is one good offseason, especially in a conference that isn't as competitive week in and week out like the Big Ten. They can win 9 games next year.
He can actually take a hockey team and coach them to a winning record, in my opinion. If you want to see college hockey returning to Fiserv Forum for the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th. Well, listen up, because I'm going to give you the phone number to win some tickets. The Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in the semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game. Get your seats at Ticketmaster.com or be caller number Number 6 for Bill Belichick's amount of NFL rings.
Look at Stroh's hands. He told you a number.
800-990-3776, and you win 4 tickets to the Saturday, December 28th game at Fiserv Forum. That's Saturday, December 28th at Fiserv. 800-990-3776. Caller 6 to win 4 tickets. Hockey, baby.
Telepathy goes hard, Benny. That was sweet.
Yes, sir.
Homer next.
Homer.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair. Dog.
Need any
Homer
more?
one.
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we
Nobody's
go.
as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put 2 and 2 I got it. together. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for holiday hours.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
Over 45 years ago, my father, James Tegeter, founded our company on a cornerstone of quality, integrity, and service as the best way of connecting with clients. As I reflect on 2024, I'm grateful for the James Imaging Systems team. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to always connecting with clients and helping them thrive. To each long-term client, I extend my gratitude and thanks for your confidence and support. We look forward to remaining connected to you as your local business technology partner. I also appreciate our new 2024 clients for connecting with us. Welcome to the James Imaging Systems family. Looking forward to 2025, I believe if each of us embraces the power of connection, our local community will prosper. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Kevin Moret from Mentality Health. Guys, do you know that the average free testosterone level we see in men is just a third of what it should be? Try doing your day with only a third of the energy, strength, and drive that you need with a third of the hormone that drives it. Drained energy, lack of motivation, you won't recognize yourself. We can fix that. Our doctors work closely with you to restore back 100% free testosterone. Nothing will change until you do. Book your $55 blood test today to find out how you stack up at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Bengo made his list and checked it twice. Turns out Bucks fans are really nice. Slay the holidays with a limited time ticket offer that will land you at the top of Bengo's nice list. Score gifts for the Bucks fans in your life and treat yourself too. Holiday packages feature ticket codes to redeem now or use later, exclusive Bucks holiday items, and an e-gift card that can be used to eat, drink, and be merry at Fiserv Forum. Explore options at bucks.com/deal season.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th.
The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game.
Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at Bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brent Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brent Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket. He dumps it. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit them at their Greenfield or Brookfield locations or online at roberthackdiamonds.com.
RobertHackDiamonds.com. That's RobertHackDiamonds.com. And that is what is brought to you by Here for Homer Crosstalk. You hear him talk about Robert Hack. You can go shop around wherever you want. Go look at the price of anything you want. 2-carat diamond ring studs. Boom, go look at it. You're not going to get a better price than Robert Hack. Lab grown, natural. They have it all for you. I got my engagement ring for my fiance. Leslie helped take care of me. And when you mention ESPN, you will get the world. $2,000 of any in-stock jewelry, and you will receive a free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs. Shop around, look around, but make sure you go to Robert Hack and mention ESPN because it's the only way to go. Brookfield, Greenfield, RobertHackDiamonds.com. Homer's joining us here before the Homer Hour from 5 to 6. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. What's up, Home Slice?
I wouldn't have hired Bill Belichick in a minute at college. I'm sure it's part of it is setting it up for his son. These guys are amazing to me. And the great coaches feel like they have to help their son out. But you don't think your kid's capable of doing it on his own. So anyway, his kid will be there, and I'm sure Belichick will set it up so all he does is coach. I'm the coach. Everybody else does everything else. And please understand, this is not nearly as surprising as hearing the age of his girlfriend.
Why does that matter?
That tells you he's more bizarre than anything. That's not Bill Belichick than I know. I don't know that I know him that well.
Yeah, when did you think you knew Bill?
Which is more surprising? Bill Belichick is dating someone who's, 26?
Yeah.
Or that he's the new coach at North Carolina. Ain't even close.
Should we put it on the Homer Hour poll?
Yes, without a doubt. I think it's 80% the girl.
Oh, she's actually 24.
Doesn't matter. And what matters?
20s or 20s?
See, I've said this before.
What do they bond over?
I could handle someone that age.
Money.
I want to
Wait,
know
you could or could not?
I could, without a doubt, but I don't want anybody that crazy.
You could date a 26-year-old?
You could
no,
not.
I'm saying I
You
could.
don't want a
I
Gen
could
Zer.
do it.
Homer,
No.
have you been? When's the last time you've been on Water Street?
Hold on, never mind. Just let me finish. But how crazy does she have to be interested in somebody my age? I don't want to be with that person. That's the issue.
You're saying you don't have a lot to offer?
Who 21 wants to be with a 71-year-old man? Unless there's a ton of other issues, money or whatever.
Yeah. You're getting flued out to different places. There's a lifestyle. He gets flued out. That's what the rappers say. They get flued out. She gets flown different places.
Fine.
She gets in the experience.
Fine.
And listen,
she'll be in the
Not
suite.
girlfriend.
Sugar baby. She wouldn't baby. She's
Fine.
more than a sugar baby.
I don't want that because that person's crazy.
Yeah, I mean.
So is Bill crazy?
You think? Hold on. I don't know what he is. It's just what is he? Tell me.
Is this like a?
He's a man that knows his interests.
No, the football part of it. The football part of it
That is wild.
Look
at
that.
that.
I know.
Kyle's showing
For those who can't
the
see,
football part
Kyle's
of it is
showing us a
he's
picture
come
of
to the correct
Bill
conclusion that
and
nobody will hire him.
And a baby girl.
That's the first thing. He's concluded that nobody in the NFL will hire him. So if I want to coach, I got to go to college. All right, I'll adjust accordingly. I'll get a job. They'll pay me. And I'll bring my son in so I can kind of help him a little bit. So he's making do given the situation because he doesn't have much time to wait at his age.
You really
want to
think
sit out another year?
You really think he thinks nobody in the NFL would hire him?
This year, yes, or he would never take this job.
Dang. So he's
but
out.
Even this is nothing compared to that picture.
Yeah.
Come on.
It is crazy. It's wild.
Yeah,
You're like,
let the man live.
Next up,
He's a Hall of Famer in life, on and off the
field. You have to say it's crazy. What's next? Warren Buffett, the member of the Dallas Cheerleaders. Come on.
If Warren became single, I'm sure if they saw him, they'd be like, ew, who is he? He's Warren Buffett. He has $1 billion. They'd be like, really?
Well, no, there's no question that Bill Belichick can find multiple, what is she, 12, 24, 26? What is it?
Easy with 12.
48 years younger.
Hold on. All right, she's 20. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. 24 or 26. What is
She's 24.
He could find 200 24-year-olds that would be interested in him for all the reasons everybody knows.
Hey, UNC has a high master's enrollment. That's true. I'm not even joking
that's fine.
when I say that.
Yeah.
No,
it's
it's
great.
24.
Very
So
serious
they
when
have
you
a
say
high
that.
master's program in all the Ivy League schools.
Maybe he's
He ain't
applying
picking
pressure.
somebody going to Harvard.
Maybe he's applying pressure to his current girl. Maybe she's been tripping. And he said, "Listen, I'm gonna take this job
No,
at
he
UNC."
dumped that.
Keep
Conspiracy
it
theories
straight.
of Bill Belichick's
His old
girlfriend.
one, he dumped-
Statement to
His
her.
old one was 50-something that he dumped. They'd been together for a while.
And he
I thought.
realized, he said, if I'm gonna deal with all that lip, I might as well deal with it from a youngin' than you.
You have no. I mean, I'll admit I don't either. I have no ability to understand why he did it.
I don't get it.
I know why she did it, but I don't know why he did it.
You don't know why he's dating
Listen.
a 26-year-old?
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on. Homework,
No,
come
no,
on.
No,
Honestly.
Hear me, you don't know why he's dating a 26-year-old.
Not someone that old, but him.
Well, that's a good point, Homer, because like I'm happily married, right? I couldn't imagine dating someone 10 years younger than me. I couldn't imagine dating a 24-year-old. That would be brutal.
Like,
not
hold
ready
on.
for that.
Forget. Say we just had this,
Ready to be
you
in this-
came in,
ready to be in
and
this
you said,
TikTok?
Hey,
Yeah,
what do you?
seriously.
Somebody said, "What do you think the chances are that Bill Belichick, now that he broke up with his girlfriend, is going to be dating somebody 24?" And everybody go like, "What is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life?"
I don't know about that.
It's high now. Before, I would have said no way, but now I've known what he likes. Yeah.
We don't know. What do you mean? Know what he likes?
He likes that. He likes all the
He's
energy
never-
that comes with
he
these
was
young
married.
20-year-olds.
His girlfriend
keeps him young.
before was a little younger than he was.
Slightly younger.
Yes.
This is legions younger.
I know.
This is grand.
Why are you guys being ageist?
Because it's weird.
No, we're not.
This
saying
is a strange
He can do
age
whatever
gap.
he
Do what
wants.
you want,
We're
but-
trying.
Oh, so
to
do you
add-
want, but it's strange.
But no,
7
that's the whole
years?
point. It's strange, and you think you know Bill
47.
Belichick. I can't imagine what his players are saying.
I think you
They
should do
don't-
a second Discount Liquor Twitter poll. If you were Bill Belichick, would you date somebody 24?
What if one of his players tried to accidentally hit on his wife?
I
not
was
knowing
just about to
it's-
say. I was just about to ask the same question.
No, can you imagine?
Pull his
Can you
NIL.
imagine what Tom Brady's saying privately or Brewski privately?
Oh, Tom
She's
Brady-
half of Tom Brady's
Tom
age.
Brady is saying, "Good job, man."
Not
Slap
in a
in
million
hand.
years. No.
Tom Brady's probably dating a 25-year-old now too.
They're going. Well, that's not. He should change his name to Sam Belichick because that ain't Bill. I don't know
Sam?
who that is. Yes, he should change his name. That's I don't know who that is, but that ain't Bill Belichick.
3 years, $30 million for Bill, by the way. 3 years,
Rain
30.
Man question: how old is the age